Hello everybody, and welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles 3. How is everybody doing tonight? Toxic Donut. Toxic Donut. What on earth, friend? Toxic Donut is in live chat already and says, I have been awake for 19 hours. Please send help. Toxic, what are you doing? Why? Toxic, it's hilarious to me because usually the opposite is happening. Usually you're like, oh, I just got up and I'm about to have dinner. but right now you're like, I've been awake for 19 hours. What's going on, friend? Ashley Sam says here, but migraine attack with aura indicator, so eyes will be closed for a few. Oh no, Ashley Sam. Ashley Sam, you take that, if you have any of your migraine medication, I'm sure you already have, but you make sure you take that stuff. Sometimes, like, I know that sounds like a very common sense thing to do, but sometimes my husband has to, like, bully me into taking my Elatriptan for my migraines. He's like, did you take your Rel packs? And I'm like, no. And he's like, why didn't you take your Rel packs? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, go take your Rel packs. And I'm like, fine. I don't know. It's nonsensical, but sometimes you gotta bully people into doing things that are good for them. Toxic says, I've been doing college work and playing Minecraft. Oh, understandable then. Completely understandable. Okay, so last night in Xenoblade Chronicles 3, we did Ashpelt Gray's Hero Ascension Quest, and we also did, oh, this may very well be the last time that I get to say the title of this quest, so I'm gonna make it count. We did the quest that is the battle and the festival to fight to the death in Colony 11 for everyone except for Ajera, because she is much sexier and hotter than everyone else, and she also asked Teach to do it competition. We did that quest as well, which honestly was a lot of fun. I mean, if the name wasn't an indicator, you know, the official name that I just said just now, which is definitely the official name of the quest in the quest log. But if that wasn't any indicator of the fact that that was going to be a fun quest, the fact that it took place in Colony 11 was the other indicator. And man, some of the dialogue, I mean, I'm still sitting on the phrase Queens, Paninis, and oh god, there was something else that one of the characters said. He said something like, it had something to do with cloth and, like, the cut of your jib or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll go back and I'll rewatch it, and I'm gonna incorporate it into my daily conversation with y'all, because there was some serious, like, comedic gold in some of that quest writing. Ashley Sam says, no meds, only monthly med, but I'm late on it because I don't have it yet. Oh, darn. Well, I would say alternative is load up on that Tylenol and ibuprofen. I don't know. That's what I would do. If I didn't have any of my Rel packs left, I'd probably be taking 4 ibuprofen right now. And then in 2 hours, if the ibuprofen was not helping, I would be taking like 2 Tylenol, which 2 Tylenol is like 1,000 milligrams. I know that I take like hospital levels, okay? You guys can come at me if you want, but like, my migraines get so bad sometimes, like, you gotta do what you gotta do. And ew, my husband got me, he bought me these, like, dairy-free... Oh, God, that's so gross. He bought me these dairy-free, oh, what are they? Rice Krispie treats. But they have s'mores on top of them, which is sort of why, like, the poll for today is what it is. But, I have, like, a little bit of marshmallow on my desk, and my arm keeps touching it, so... I'm now trying to clean it, except I'm cleaning it with Dr. Pepper because I don't have water nearby, so I could very well just be making this a lot worse for myself. But we'll see. We shall see. Is that worse or is that better? Let's see. It's not what I would call worse, but it's not necessarily a whole lot better either. But you know what? It's just gonna have to do. So here we are. Normally we start out in, like a town. Usually we've been starting out in, like, Agnes Castle, I guess. I guess we'd call it. It's called something else, but it's Agnes Castle. But I just felt like starting somewhere different today. I was doing a lot of grinding. I was doing a lot of, like, Well, I grinded up, everybody is now max rank in both, Full Metal Jaguar and, Troubadour, which were the previous 2 Hero Ascension quests that we've done this week. So I got everybody maxed out in that. And then also, I was just trying to kind of learn how to do big chain attacks, like really, really big ones. And then also, like, currently, my party is set up to do this build where I basically, like, with Noah, I have my party break and then topple and then launch a monster, and then I use a fusion art that has a smash in it with Noah with, like, very specific gear, and he can do 9,999,999 damage in one hit with that smash. And it's really good for killing, like, here, you know what? I won't be able to really, like, I could kill this unique monster pretty quickly with it, but let me show you, like, a really good example of, like, what this kind of thing could be used for. It's pretty, honestly, it's pretty sexy. It's pretty sexy. I'll show you. I can't always do the maximum 9,999,999 hit, but, like, it usually does, like, at least anywhere from, like, 5 to 7 million. As long as I get, like, a cancel and the fusion art. Like, you'll see. There's, like, a couple of things that have to be done correctly, but in general, this monster's gonna melt. This monster's gonna melt. Watch this. Okay, I'm gonna try to get to the side of it. I'm gonna go ahead and do a Shadow Eye. And then basically, I'm gonna wait until my art goes up, and then we're gonna just continuously try to break this thing. Hopefully we actually can break it. Somebody else can break it. Look, I have ogres in 3 ogres in my party, specifically so that they can break the monster easier, and they're not doing that. Because, I don't know, they're useless. Okay, there we go. There's the break, so I'm gonna wait. Okay, here we go. Topple. Launch. Launch. Here we go. Kabam! 9,999,999. You're welcome. I'm happy that went pretty well. It took them a while to get the stupid break, but, like, once we got the break, that's all I needed to do, and then the monster was toast. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. You can do this in the middle of chain attacks, too. I have it set up so that when I was grinding that level 120 super boss, I was doing smashes in chain attacks. Now, I did let me make sure that I look at the picture so that I've got the number correctly. Or correct, rather. I did 113,433,064 damage chain attack. Not with this setup, not with the setup that I'm currently in, but with a different setup. But I will tell you, it was basically impossible for me to replicate because some monsters are very, very resistant to bleeds, and it was based on, like, maxing out the bleed damage during the chain attack, and I just basically got lucky. And also, every time I tried again, Fiona was given to me on, like, turn 1, and then anytime I didn't take her on turn 1, they just never gave her back to me, and that's not the point of Fiona! Fiona is supposed to be taken not on turn 1, so that you get an extra turn later on in the chain attack, and it never gives me Fiona when I actually need her to. So I just got frustrated and I didn't try anymore, but I'm sure I could do better than that chain attack, but, like, seriously, 113 million damage. Pretty crazy. Disney says, hi ho! Who you calling a ho? Honestly, you saying hi ho, Disney, it reminded me of Disney World. Well, also your name reminds me of Disney World, let's be real, but, like, hi ho, it's off to Disney World I go in, like, about a month. What is today, like the 9th? Today is the 9th. So literally in, like, I think it's like 29 or 30 days, like about a month. Because we leave on, like, the 7th. Or possibly the 6th, maybe even, depending on when we decide we want to leave. But I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control. But you know what? I think I like it. And also hydrate before you dihydrate, friends. Ashley Sam said, that quest is not what you said last night. Okay, eyes closed. Every time I say that... No, every time I say that quest, I say the official quest name. Why do you guys keep saying that I'm, like, changing the name of the quest? That's not true. You are all filthy liars. Toxic says, I was wrong. I've actually been awake for roughly 21 hours. Dear God, Toxic. SOS, save Toxic's soul. Actually, that would be like STS, but you know what I mean. Disney says, Sir Sticky Soda isn't going to clean Sticky Marshmallow. What?
Hey, did you
Oh, and Disney said I said hi-ho from, like, Gremlins? Or like from Gremlins? So here's the deal with that. I've seen Gremlins, but it was like a long time ago. Like, I couldn't even tell you when. I basically only remember that, like, you can't get them wet, and that's because everyone on planet Earth knows that. So, like, yeah, I couldn't even... I don't know what the hi-ho reference is pertaining to within Gremlins, but I believe you. Cheryl is here! Cheryl says beep beep. Cheryl, how are you doing today, friend? How is college going? Are you getting all the A's? The straight A's? Disney says, but I also love thinking about Disney trips. Yeah. I watched Disney vloggers today. That's what I did with my time. I watched Disney, well, specifically a very specific Disney vlogger who I adore. He's awesome. Him and his girlfriend, like, I mean, technically they're his Disney vlogs, but she's in a lot of them. And they just go around and they just have a nice chill time. And he also does, like, Universal Studios stuff. But, like, I watch a lot of his vlogs. And I was just watching a lot of them today. That's my amazing story. I know, incredible. I'm sure you guys are all just like, wow, that's such a good story. You should write it down and tell it at parties. I'm sure it will rouse everyone into titillation and excitement. Cheryl says, midterms are 2 weeks from now, kind of struggling, but I think I'll be fine. I think you'll be fine too, Cheryl. In fact, I think you'll be better than fine. I believe in you. I believe in you. Okay, so today, I had a lot of options. Honestly, I had a lot of options for what we could do today. But you know what? I decided, let's do... So, like, I don't really personally love Alexandria, okay? It's no secret to anybody, I've already talked about this, her voice kind of annoys me, and she just talks a lot when she's in your party. Like, I feel like she talks more than any of the other hero classes do.
Don't try to be a hero, just be yourselves.
And I don't know why, but, like, in that voice line, she doesn't sound like it, but I swear in a lot of her voice lines, she reminds me of, like, a cross between Daphne Rubin Vega and Renee Zellweger. Like, she sort of sounds like she smoked, like, 6 packs a day. She didn't really sound like it in that clip, but in some other ones, yeah, like, kind of a little bit. But anyway, like, she's not my favorite hero, but her class is very good. In fact, the video that I watched where the person did the 400 million damage chain attack, they did it with, like, 5 soul hackers and 1 incursor, and the incursor was the one that was doing, like, the majority of the damage. And there's a reason for that. It's kind of busted, and it basically has a lot to do with, like, critical hit chance, and the fact that this class, after a certain amount of time after the battle has gone on for a certain period of time, this class basically just has, like, 100% chance to crit. And then, of course, you put, like, a crit gem on it, and you put, like, other crit increasing abilities and skills on it, and then suddenly you're doing insane damage. So I would like to get this class to rank 20 today, but that is going to mean that we're going to have to do probably a lot of Colony Iota quests. I did look up, like, kind of what was going to be needed, and it does look like there's at least 3 quests we're probably going to have to do, if not more, and I didn't look up how to do them, so I don't necessarily know how involved they are, but we shall see. So Colony Iota, I think, is in the Fornus region. And it's like... Is this it? Aha, this is it. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. So I was out in the garden today. I did so much, man. I'm starting to finally prepare for fall. I wanna plant, like, my fall crops, and I really should have planted them, like, 2 weeks ago. And I've just been
Don't you think it's about time for a meal?
See, this is what I'm talking about. I don't want to hear from you. I know that every hero talks when you enter a canteen, but still. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I really should have planted my fall crops like 2 weeks ago, but I have just been so like mentally and physically like overwhelmed that I just haven't gotten around to it. But today I spent like 4 hours in the garden. I pruned everything back. I pulled like 80% of my marigolds because a lot of them were just not doing well. They were diseased, and even though I kept using fungicides on them, they were not getting any better. And so I was like, okay, you're gonna be gone, and I'll replace you with some other type of fall flower, probably. So everything just looks really beautiful out there. I actually posted like a butt ton of pictures in the Discord server. Which, by the way, I've realized we used to link the Discord server earlier on in the stream, and I haven't really been doing that lately. So I'm actually going to go ahead and link an invite to the Discord server right now, rather than just at the end of stream. This invite that I'm putting in live chat, if you click it, it will allow you to join our Discord server for free. The only thing you need is an email address, because, like, you need an email address, of course.
I should write this all down.
But it's basically just, I mean, for those that don't know what Discord is, there's technically voice chat channels in there, and we have used them once or twice, but we mostly use it because it's like, it's sort of like just a live chat, but more like gaming oriented, and you can share pictures and videos and clips and anything you want in there. It's really nice, and it's kind of our place where we go and we hang out when we're not streaming. But in there, I have a gardening channel, and I posted 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 pictures today. Oh, and I just realized one of the first picture that I posted, okay, it's technically not the exact same picture as the one before it, but it is of the same plant in the same plant, like, pot, but it's actually a little prettier because it's fuller, and it's from, like, a slightly different angle, so, I mean, it's not the exact same picture, but yeah, I posted a lot of stuff, including a gratuitous picture of a spaghetti squash that I harvested that's absolutely beautiful, and I put it next to my dog Rose, like, for scale. So my dog Rose is like, she's very, very tiny, but she's like 11 pounds, so I would imagine it's about probably a 3 pound spaghetti squash, maybe a bit heavier than that, I'm not sure. But either way,
Let me just...
that is all in the Discord server, so if you would like to join the Discord server, that is where that will all be, and that is how you do that. So we are here in Colony Iota. I'm going to go ahead and make my screen bigger, and we're gonna get stuck into this. I don't know... I think we have to just do the side quests. So any side quests that I see here in Colony Iota, I'm just gonna do it. Or I'm at least gonna start it, and then maybe I should kind of look up exactly what we do need to do. Oh, how could this... I just can't. It's all so... Mumble, mumble. She's asleep! Oh my god, did Alexandria just, like, punch her? Hiya! Ah! Was it enemy raid? I think she's awake now. Dame Alex? What did she just do to her? I understand opening up acupuncture points is one way to relieve fatigue. Yeah, and so is a punch in the kisser. You know you've been selected for Harvest Day, right? You should have been notified already. Oh, now I remember. I thought I'd have a little nap till it was time. Oh no, the awards ceremony, it's now! Yeah, okay, pause your ponios, Uni. Why do you think we came all this way? You hand over the Harvest Day tiara. I don't even remember where I got that from. Oh! Yay, I did it! Now I can get my luxury shampoo. Chickadee sends her regards, and all that guff. Congratulations! Thanks. Try not to oversleep in the future. If this was the battlefield, you'd be dead. Sorry. But you've done some sterling work. I'm expecting good things from you in the future too, Misaka. Yes, ma'am. I won't let you down. Anyway, you'll have to excuse me. There's procedure to follow. I don't even really know what's going on, but honestly, I don't care. Good shampoo is hard to come by. Harvest Day is about the only chance to get your hands on it. Sorry for the inconvenience. Not at all, it's been an enlightening experience. How long have you had this evaluation system in place? Since Chickadee arrived, I think. So 2 years now. About the same time as Colony Iota started to distinguish itself. That girl's not much of a fighter, but she really excels at this kind of thing. Anyway, if you want to know more about how it all works, you should ask Chickadee herself. That makes sense. We need to report back about Misaka anyway. Let's get back to Chickadee. Okay. Again, I'm not really sure what was going on in that quest. Kalis is here. Kalis is the drink. Kalis is the drink. Wait, are you saying that Kalis has that drip? By the way, this is Kalis saying all of these things about Kalis. Also, Alexandria, my love. See, I knew I could get Kalis in here tonight with Alexandria. I mean, not that you haven't been in here, but you know what I mean. Like, I knew Kalis was not gonna miss tonight. I knew if I did Alexandria's stuff, he was not gonna miss this. Kalis says, hello everyone, I hope you are all great. I'm doing personally wonderfully. I feel productive today, I got a lot done. And I'm like totally ready to play this game tonight. I just feel super like, I don't know. I'm just like definitely in the mood to play Xenoblade, which is good because that's what we doing. There's also a container back here.
I hope we can make use of this.
What is this? Oh, are we underneath like the claw of like the Mechonis or the Bionis? I don't know. Probably though. I think we are. Anyway. So now, wait, do I have no quests in this colony that are, like, active right now? Okay, well then, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look up her stuff again, just to make sure. Wait, okay, Alexandria, Hero Ascension. So, her Hero Ascension quest requires you to do a quest called Scant Supplies. Where's the link to this thing? I literally... Oh, here, I think I was on... Okay, here we go.
I should write this all down.
So it says, Inescapable Past in Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is the Ascension Quest of Alexandria, so completing it allows you... Okay, blah, 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 we know all of that. Apparently we have to be in Chapter 5, done. We have to have completed the standard quest, Scant Supplies, and also rank up the Incursor class to rank 10 on any of your characters. Cool. So, we need to do Scant Supplies. That's basically what this boils down to. Now I need to figure out how to get to the quest Scant Supplies, because I don't have it, as far as I'm aware.
Let me just fix this.
I love when Noah fixes his ponytail. He's like, let me just fix this. Like, the way he says it is just, I don't know, it's wonderful. Steps to unlocking Inescapable Past. We have to do a standard quest called Enemies and Allies. In order to get Enemies and Allies, we have to unlock the topic Colony Iota Goods and discuss that. Okay, do we have Colony Iota Goods discussion quest?
Let's make the most of our break, guys.
Kale says, I'm good, little upset with myself because I spent hours last night just cleaning up coffee instead of adding things. Cleaning up coffee? Oh no, did you spill coffee all over your, like, keyboard or something? Oh dear lord, oh no. Please tell me that's not what you did, Kalis. Please. Please say it ain't so. That gives me anxiety. Anxiety has been obtained. If that's indeed what happened. Okay, what are we looking for? We're looking for Colony Iota supplies, I think. Colony Iota goods, and there it is. Alright, so we have to do this one. We have to do this one. So there's something about the Colony 4 resource problem that I've been thinking about. Alexandria, why did you help? That's a bit of a rude question. Colony 4's an ally. They've been released from their flame clock. I don't need an excuse to help an ally, do I? Yes, I can understand you're sharing resources with them, but what I'm trying to say is, how does an Agnian colony know so much about the resource shortages of a Kavesi one? That's what you were going to say? That's what I was wondering too. There's no putting anything past you. Information is easy to come by if you know how, and I always stay up to date. You're not saying you have an inside man, are you? I wouldn't take that much of a risk. I'm just doing the same as you. Here, this is how. This is a Collectopedia card. I told you, didn't I? I came up with them. Did you think I could only see my own army's information? Wait. Brilliant! 10 out of 10 dialogue, Uni. I love you. You're saying that you leaked Secret Agnes tech to get Kevis to use it as well? Huh. At the time, I just thought we got really lucky. When all along it was a ploy to dig up enemy intel, I have to say I'm impressed. The important part comes after that. While analyzing the flow of resources, I realized that this war is almost perfectly balanced. Almost like it doesn't want to end. Huh. Imagine that. It's almost like this war was fabricated to last forever and ever and ever so that someone could benefit from an ongoing war. Which is to say, there's someone orchestrating the war from behind the scenes. When you think about rules, you have to realize that they are closely entangled with the intentions of whoever set them. Your words, Alexandria. This is what you were talking about, isn't it? You worked out that much. Didn't exactly try to blow the whistle, did you? What else could I do? What could anybody have done, even had they known? Then Ouroboros appeared, the world's enemy. And the enemy of one's enemy is one's friend, right? I'm glad you understand. I hope you're friendly with your actions as well as your words. Cold as ever. Okay, how about this? I'll show you the storehouse, the heart of the Colony Iota itself. Take whatever supplies you need, and use them as you will. Fair? You're saying we have final say over resource distribution? Well, you'll have to discuss the particulars of storehouse management with Chell, but yes. I appreciate the sentiment, but we wouldn't feel right. Whoops, already pinged her. Already? She doesn't have much spare time, so you better get hustling. The storehouse is a bit hard to give directions to, so first just head for Taurus Hollow. Talk to Ryza at the entrance and he'll let you in. Taurus Hollow, I think that's the place that I explored on my own, and I was like, oh, I want to take my lovely live chat there someday, and I think we're gonna be going there today. Today's the day. Enemies and allies. Alright, so now we have to talk with Ryza. Okay, so Ryza, oh, yep, sure enough. Okay, so, oh, that's how you get into the, okay, so Taurus Hollow has this, like, big, intricate, like, okay, it's not that intricate. It's, like, a couple of spirals, but it's, like, a cave system, and there's, like, a unique, like, Vang monster in there called Volodya, which just reminds me of the word vodka for some reason. I don't know. But then there's, like, a little area outside here that kind of, like, overlooks a cliff's edge, and, there's, like, a big door over here, and I was like, it looked like I could go, like, it looked like eventually I could go through it because there was a pathway behind it, but there was no way to open it. There was not even any way to interact with it, so, now this makes a lot of sense. I guess this is the storehouse. Ashley Sam says, the graham cracker, can't have it anyway, unless in a world where I'm not intolerant, then you're a monster. Oh, okay. Kayla says, cleaning up code. Wait. Did I? Hold on. Oh. Wait, Kalis, I'm very confused, because you typed coffee. Is coffee like... Is coffee the name of, like, a... like, code for programming or something? Like, I'm very confused. Because at first I was like, oh, did I accidentally read the word, like, code as the word coffee? But no. And then Kayla says, those green eyes, that dark hair, my dream. Oh man, somebody's got... Basically, Alexandria sounds... Wait. Excuse me? Excuse me. No. The place where I need to go is in there. Oh, maybe it's... Wait. Is there a back entrance? Do we have to go through the back door? I mean, look, I've been through the back door many times, but, you know, I was just hoping we could go through the front door just this once. But I guess we have to go through... we always have to go through the back door. We always do. Kalis, I need explanation on the coffee thing. Oh, Kayla says, or Disney says, I voted for graham cracker, but I do love a melted marshmallow on a graham cracker, so chocolate isn't really necessary. The reason I would personally vote for graham cracker is because, have you guys ever had those marshmallows that are dipped in chocolate? Sometimes they're in the shape of bunny rabbit, sometimes they're in the shape of, like, eggs or whatever, but you usually get them around, like, Easter time. And I love those things. I love them. Like, chocolate-covered marshmallow is so good. So, like, technically, it wouldn't be a s'more anymore. It would just be another type of delicious food, right? I don't know. Alright, I don't know. I'm going back to the... Like, I think I might... Like, there's no way this is gonna connect. This can't be right. Oh, but you know what? Maybe... I think I understand. They didn't want us to meet them at the door. I think they wanted us to meet them at the entrance to this cave system. Maybe that's why nothing was there. I don't know. That would be my guess. I'm imagining Ryza is gonna be, like, at the beginning of this cave system. So anybody have anything exciting happen in the last, like... Well, I mean, I guess... If you weren't in yesterday's stream, then longer than 24 hours, but I don't know. Anybody going on any trips other than me in the next coming month? Really what I'm doing is I'm making an excuse to talk about Disney World again, because I really am, like, honestly guys, I have been to Disney World. I wish well, actually I don't wish I was joking, but I think I've been to Disney World about 9 times now in the last, like, 10 years. I go pretty much every year. But, like, I will say the last, like, 3 or 4 years, we have gone twice a year every year. So it may even be more than 9 times. I don't know. I go to Disney World an unhealthy amount of times. And I still don't really ever get bored of it. I love it that much.
He looks
and
angry.
Look!
Is he angry?
It's Ryza. I don't know.
He's just not very expressive is all. Still cute, though. Just like an Arden.
Oh, she likes Ryza. She thinks Ryza's cute. Nemkev is here! Hello, Nemkev! Fancy seeing you here. How have you been, Nemkev? Evening, everyone. I hope y'all doing good. I'm doing wonderfully. Thank you, Nemkev. How are you doing? Is he mad at us? Ryza, let's chat. You're scaring Senna. Sorry. Not a talker. Oh, I see. Beware the monsters. Monsters? The storehouse is a little way out from here, so a little infestation is to be expected. It's hard to find, and the monsters save on guard duties. You could say they're the perfect anti-theft device. Risky business. Right? I see. We'll be careful. Ask Chell. And Dame Alex? Yes. Be nice. I'm nice. You don't have to tell me. Don't bother with yourself with me. Come on then, let's get moving.
I see some relations have changed.
Kayla says, nah, on phone and swipe to text done odd things. I didn't catch it, but okay, so it wasn't coffee. So no coffee was spilled. That's a good thing. So you were just cleaning up code, which I imagine is, you know, the coding is the boring part, I'm sure. Or, I don't know, maybe some people love it. But I would imagine it would be I'm not gonna be able to get in there, right? I'm not gonna be able to get in there. I don't know. Let's go back to this and see if we can get in this stupid storehouse now. Maybe the door will be openable now. I mean, the marker is like in that direction, but it could be behind the door again like it was last time. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really have much else to talk about today. I feel like I have expended...
I see our target. That's the storehouse.
I see. It's well protected all the way down here.
Yeah, whatever. I feel like I have expended a lot of my, like, interesting stories as of late. Basically, my life, oh, there's the door. Oh, the door opens now. Of course it does. I feel like, I've just kind of been going through the motions lately. And honestly, like, TBH, that's part of the reason why I took Saturday off. No, took Tuesday off. We took Tuesday off. I took Tuesday off because I just felt like for the last couple months, my schedule feels like it has been roughly the same for like a long time now. And my husband is feeling the same way too. And so like, I don't know, I need to break the monotony of life up somehow. You know what I mean? It's not that like Xenoblade is something I look forward to, but like when you're, you know, it's literally like get up, eat, take your medicine, make the thumbnail for the stream for the day, post it, do all the social media stuff, go outside in the garden for like an hour or two, work on the garden, come back in, take a shower, get myself ready for stream, have dinner with my husband, watch a couple episodes of This Old House, walk the dog, and then give my dog and my husband a kiss, and then stream. And then stream ends, and then I stay up for a little bit, usually play a little bit of Hearthstone or something, and then I go to bed. And then I repeat. And I've been doing this for like months now, it feels like. I mean, it may not be exactly that. I've obviously had other things that have happened on certain days, but sometimes life just seems like when you're just living the same day over and over again, it doesn't matter what fun things you're doing in that day. Sometimes just the sameness of it kind of drives you a little bit mad, so I don't know. Anyone else know what I'm talking about? I'm sure everybody does, but... Kayla says, I find coding quite cathartic, like doing a puzzle. Oh, that's good then. That is good. And I like your use of the word cathartic. So this is the storehouse. Queen's flapping wings. Man, they really love using the queen in like queen, you know, queen's paninis, queen's flapping wings, like all that stuff. All this stuff is yours? Yep, and we're not at full capacity. Let me introduce you. This is Chell, our storehouse manager extraordinaire. So, Chell, everything should be as previously discussed. As of now, our friends here are on resource distribution. Fine with me, it needs to be done. And the more surveillance, the better. Who's surveilling who? All of you surveilling me, of course. When you're living under the flame clock, your allies and enemies are clear. Whoever you can get the fire from is your enemy, simple as that. But we can't live by those rules anymore. Enemies and allies, they change depending on you yourself. That's the difficulty, isn't it? Forcing conflict is just one effect of the flame clock. Couldn't we also say that the flame clock controlled our behavior? That's it. The time's ripe for traitors to emerge, so it's dangerous for any one person to hold too much power. Do you doubt your own comrades that much? Of course I don't doubt them. I know they can get whatever job done. We're all pretty brilliant here. So the only thing that counts in your eyes is ability. Let me ask you then. Would you trust some researcher sat at their desk all day with some manual labor? Would you put a soldier who couldn't pilot a bathtub in the cockpit of Alevnis? Personal skill is what counts in tactics. As long as you believe in that, that's enough. Does anyone disagree? Alexandria, she's a right pain, isn't she? Give it a rest, Chell. But I think it's a wise assessment. No one knows how things are going to change. Keep an eye on me or not, I'm with Dame Alex, that's all. You really care for Alexandria, don't you? I do. A lot. But I'm 10th term, not got much time left. And Dame Alex needs allies more than anything. Please be good to her. You shouldn't talk like that. About what time you have left. I suppose you're right. Is she gonna end up being the bad guy of all these quests? I don't know. Something weird about her. Didn't mean to talk for this long. Anyway, about Colony 4's resources. First, just got to do this. Supply distribution authorization granted. What was that? You've got access rights to the goods. You could think of it as unlocking a new function of the Collectopedia cards. You really packed it with features, didn't you? It's nice to see you surprised. This isn't surprise, it's shock. It's pretty user-friendly. Just name the commander of the colony you want to send to. Then just pick your supplies and done. But Colony 4's commander... No need to worry. It's all been arranged with Bolearis, the acting commander. You can use his name in this instance. It's easier to pick it up by doing, to be honest. Give it a go. Colony Iota goods, alright.
I see some relations have changed.
Nocot. Nocot says, hi, is this your first playthrough? This is my first playthrough, but we are done with the game. We are just doing Hero Ascension Quests at this point. So as far as spoilers go for the main story, like, we cool. Welcome to the channel, by the way. How are you doing tonight, friend? Kayla says, also nothing wrong with Bob Vila. Wait, what? Why are you talking about Bob Vila? Disney says, can or would you do a show again? I'm currently working at 2 different theaters, and life couldn't possibly get monotonous when working on a show. That is true, and I am sort of potentially slated to maybe, possibly, not officially yet, but possibly be in title of show next year. But my ability to be able to do the role properly depends on if I can get my stomach issues fixed before then. And TBH, they are taking a really, really long time to get back to me about things, and they said that even when I get this next test done and they decide that I can have this surgery, that it may take my insurance company upwards of 6 months to actually okay the surgery. If that is the case and it takes that long, I'm not going to be able to do it. But basically, like, the really, really TLDR is that my stomach issues are causing acid reflux, which is going up into my sinus cavities and wreaking havoc on my vocal cords and my sinus cavities themselves, and basically just causing a lot of inflammation. It's drying out my vocal cords, it's drying out, like, everything to do with all of my sound production. My voice is not at its healthiest right now. I literally sometimes just struggle to sit here and talk on stream some days. So, you know, if I can get that fixed, then yes, I probably will be able to do that show. But it's basically gonna be next summer, like early next summer. So there's still a possibility, but it's not official yet. But if I do if I do a show again, it's probably gonna be title of show, and it will be next year. Nemkev says, I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. That is wonderful to hear, Nemkev. Kayla says, the Queen ain't flapping no more. The Queen is... Oh, well, you're talking about the Queen of England. I'm talking about Queen Melia. She's fine. And Queen Nia, they're fine. They're fine. Disney says, yes, it is, no caught. We've beat the game now, but it's still a spoiler-free zone. Yeah, we do like to keep it spoiler-free here, so, like, if we're, like, basically, I wouldn't, like, you can probably talk about the main story stuff, but probably don't talk about the Hero Ascension stuff unless you know that we've done the Hero Ascension quest. I can't imagine anything in a lot of these Hero Ascension quests are going to shock me, but you never know. Kayla says, Disney, no hello, my heart. JK, hope you're having a good week. Oh, did you guys not say hello to each other? Did that not happen? Disney says, fingers crossed you can do a show soonish. Theater aside, fighting doctors and dealing with medical issues is never fun. No, it's exhausting. It's exhausting to the point where, like, you get to a point where you just, like, want to give up. And you're like, this is not worth it. I'll just be sick. And that's not fun. But I've really been, in the last couple of months, I've been good about pushing myself to make doctor's appointments and push the doctor's offices to try to do their jobs, like, faster, because they're real slow. I don't know what it is. It's sort of like they make, like, my GI, my actual physician, not the one that I'm seeing now for this potential surgery, but like my main GI, I need to get a test done for this surgery that I'm potentially going to get, and I called in to ask them if they could do it because I wanted to go to the place that was closer to me, and they basically said, oh, he might be able to do it, but first you have to get a consultation, which is going to take 2 weeks before we can see you for that, and then the next availability that the GI doctor has to actually do the test on you would not be until, like, late December. And I'm like, my God, like, go eat a big one. Like, why am I even with, like, honestly, I'm about to change GI doctors again. Like, because he just it took him like 3 months to see me one time. I'm like, if it's gonna take you that long to be able to see your patients, then you need to get rid of some of your patients. You need to not have as many patients if you can't, like, if it takes you 3 months to see somebody and they have stomach issues, that's 3 months that you are potentially allowing them to get things like esophageal cancer and all this other bad stuff. It's like, I hate it, but is what it is. Disney says, hi-ho, Kalis. Willy Wonka is stressing me out, but I'm looking forward to starting Matilda. Oh, you're doing Matilda next, huh?
Hey, did you guys hear
Two theaters near us have done Matilda in the last 6 months. I guess, you know how it is, Disney. It feels like all the theaters across the nation, like, they're like, oh, somebody did Annie? Let's all do Annie now. And then all of the theaters, they, like, stagger it, but they, like, all do Annie in the next, like, 6 months. And then it's like, oh, we're doing Into the Woods now? And it's like, all the theaters in the nation do Into the Woods now. It's like, I feel like that, like, you're literally across the country, and this theater's doing Matilda, and, like, they just did Matilda at 2 theaters, like, within the last, like, honestly, 3 or 4 months, like, up here where I'm at. Kayla says, well, if a land of pure imagination isn't enough, surely some sloppy joes will do. Sometimes I am perplexed by the things that my live chat says, and Kalis, I would say a lot of it comes from Kalis, and a lot of it usually comes from Kalis, like, typoing all over the place, but in this case, I don't see any typos in there. I'm pretty sure I read that correctly. If I had well, if a land of pure imagination isn't enough, surely some sloppy joes will do. Maybe that's a reference to something. Honestly, it probably is. I feel like you guys do this to me on purpose. You reference things knowing that I will not know them so that you can all go, ha ha, look at the poor orphan child who doesn't know the reference. Oh ho 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 ho, look at me and my Star Wars knowledge. Look at me and my Pan's Labyrinth knowledge. Look at me and my Little Pony Friendship is Magic knowledge. I don't know. Whatever it is you happen to be referencing that day. That you know that I haven't seen. Or, like, you can pretty much bet that I haven't seen. Ashley Sam says, my testing isn't till November. I feel you, Vinny. Plus, I have not heard back about my MRI approval from insurance yet. Of course you haven't, because why would they do anything in a timely manner? By the way, hydrate before you hydrate. Disney says, try chocolate cake for Matilda. I'm so confused, and I think you all know it. I think you know what you're doing. And Grammar Police is here. Grammar Police, save me. They're all being mean to me. They're being mean. Disney says, pure imagination is Wonka. The Sloppy Joes was referring to Matilda. Ah, okay, that's why I didn't know what that was about. I saw the movie Matilda one time when I was like maybe 8 years old. So I remember nothing about it. But the chocolate cake scene is a better reference, I'd say. It's a reference to Willy Wonka and Matilda. I've seen Willy Wonka. But, yeah, I don't know. Kayla says, no, it's not on purpose. You lie! You know, one thing I have learned about Kalis is he's a liar. Ashley Sam is also a liar. Disney's a liar. They all say that I say things that I don't say, and then they turn around and they go, ha ha, look at the poor orphan child who doesn't know the reference that I'm using right now, ha ha. And then they like sip their tea in their like little teacup with like their little teacup plate, and they like have their pinky out and they're like, ho 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 ho. Literally, that's what they do. I have video proof footage in my grandmother's uncle's nephew's warehouse in Denver, Massachusetts. Disney says, no you, but in emojis. And Grammar Police says, sorry, I can't save you this time. Oh man. Ashley Sam says, I must not tell lies. See, just the simple fact that you're saying that. I mean, I know you're referencing Harry Potter, because we talked about this yesterday. Oh, that reminds me, Ashley Sam. Wait, okay. I know Disney's seen this. I know Kalis has seen this. I know a lot of you have. But Ashley Sam has not seen this, so hold on. Hold the phone. We were talking about wands and, like, Hogwarts houses and stuff, so y'all know probably what I'm about to pull out right now. I'm about to show you guys on stream, in front of the world, fully, like, uncensored, just how big my wand is. Be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I have brought my wand. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make, okay, so I am a Slytherin, for those that don't know. Ashley Sam said that she was surprised by that, but like, I don't know, is it really that surprising? So my wand, very specifically, I checked this on Pottermore yesterday, and I posted it. Where did I post it? I think I posted it in off, right here. It is a elm wood dragon core 11.5 inch length hard flexibility wand. So I looked up like who had the same wand type and wand core or whatever as me. And there's only one character in the known Harry Potter universe that has an elm wood dragon core wand, and it's Lucius Malfoy. Which I thought was so fitting, because I am a Slytherin. I have taken the Pottermore quiz like 4 different separate times, and every time I have taken the quiz, I have gotten Slytherin. And I have watched people like take this quiz multiple times, and they have tried to game the system, and they get different houses every time. So apparently I am just really a Slytherin. I don't know what it is about my answer, because, like, some of those questions on Pottermore, you're like, I don't even know how I would try to game the system, even if I could. So, like, I'm definitely a Slytherin, for sure. Which is also interesting, because my Chinese, like, zodiac year that I was born, I'm a snake, and also, I'm a Leo. So, actually, like, in my own headcanon, in like the Harry Potter universe, I'm sort of like anti-Harry Potter. Basically, what I think would have happened is I would have gone to get sorted by the sorting hat. He would have been like on my head talking to me, and he'd been like, you would do very well in Gryffindor. Like, you have all of these qualities, and you look like a lion, rawr. And I would be like, no, please not Gryffindor, please not Gryffindor, please not Gryffindor. Like, I know I'm a goody two-shoes, but I don't want to be a goody two-shoes. I have a bad side to me. I'd be saying all these things, and then he'd be like, not Gryffindor, eh? Okay then, Slytherin! And then, like, you know, so it would be like the opposite of Harry Potter. But I just thought that that was cool because, like, Chinese zodiac is the snake, and then my actual astrological, like, month is Leo. But anyway, all of that explanation just to show this. I have Lucius Malfoy's, like, wand, which is his like, actual cane. Like, look how long this thing is, y'all. Like, here, if I... Where's... Here, no, this side. So it's touching the ground. Like, it is actually touching the ground right now. It's, I would say, I don't know how tall it is. It's probably about 3 feet tall, maybe. And it's very hefty. The snake part is actually made out of, like metal. I don't know what kind of metal. I don't know if it's titanium or what. It's got, like, emerald, like, little, you know, gems or whatever for the eyes. And these fangs, like, this metal is so real, y'all, that these fangs, they're sharp. Like, if I took this, like, you know that scene where Lucius Malfoy, like, grabs Harry's hand with his like, cane? If I did that to somebody, it would literally puncture their hand. Like, they would be bleeding. And maybe he was bleeding in the movie. I don't know. But it really, this is the real deal. And it opens up, just like his wand does. So, like, you know, it's just so cool. I can't remember how much it was. I cannot remember for the life of me how much I paid for it. But, that is my wand. And also, my, according to Pottermore, my Patronus is an Irish wolfhound, which is also very weirdly suitable for me because I'm a quarter Irish. So, like, all of my Pottermore stuff is, like, scarily, like, accurate or, like, actually relates to me in some, like, tangible way. Very, very weird. Kayla says, pretty sure I'll Ravenclaw. Wait, are you making a joke? Like, and it's just flying over my head, or are you saying you haven't taken the quiz yet, ever, and you're pretty sure you would be Ravenclaw? Ashley Sam says, I thought maybe Hufflepuff, Vinny. How dare you? How dare you? What the hell is a Hufflepuff? I'm sure you guys have seen that. Ashley Sam says, I'm a Leo too. Oh, so is Kalis. Did you know that Kalis and I share the same birthday? We literally were born on the same day. Well, okay, he's older than me, but, like, you know what I mean. We're both August 5th. Kalis says ditto, but I'm ox in the Chinese zodiac. Disney says I'm a Cancer and a boar, so I'm just a weepy girl, which is some of the puff tendencies I mentioned on Discord. Uh-oh. Did I just say bad things about Hufflepuff and Disney's a Hufflepuff? Oh dear. Oh no! Disney says, how dare you? Oh no. Wait. Okay, maybe this is why I'm Slytherin. Maybe this is why. Am I a bully? I don't know. Am I a bully? Like, real talk. I may very well be a bully. But like, in Hogwarts, like, terms. Like, not IRL. Oh, Cheryl is also a Hufflepuff. Oh, dear lord. Oh, no. A lot of you are Hufflepuffs, huh? Well, this is a turn of events. Cheryl says, I'm a goat in Chinese zodiac. And wait, Kayla says, you're 37? No, I'm not 37. I'm younger than you. I mean, we weren't born on the exact same day, but you know what I mean. Cheryl says, also my Patronus was a dolphin, I think. You know what's weird? I was actually, when I was going onto the Pottermore website to look up exactly what my stuff was so I could post it in Discord, apparently the most common Patronus is a dolphin. Maybe I shouldn't have told you that. Maybe that's like a bit of information you didn't need to know, because maybe now, I don't know, maybe you like having the most common Patronus. Honestly, my Patronus, they had like a top 10 or like top 20 list of or something on that page, and I didn't even see mine on there. I'm like, oh, I don't know if mine is just like not common at all or what, but Disney says, don't mind Vinny just whipping out his wand and bragging about it in front of children. Ashley Sam says, yes, Kalis, we've talked about it before. Vinny in trouble now. I don't know. Cheryl says, uh-oh, Vinny is a bully. Disney says, I'm Gryffindor with puff tendencies is what I say. Oh! Okay. Alright. Okay. So only Cheryl is only Cheryl is actually a Hufflepuff. And Kayla says, wait, what's your birthday? Because it seems we're within days of each other. Oh, you were asking Ashley Sam if she was 37. You're asking Ashley Sam is 37, I think, actually. So, you guys, wouldn't it be weird if we found out Ashley Sam's birthday was also on August 5th and that she was literally born on the same day? Oh god, that would be so weird / creepy. It's like the YouTube algorithm is just like sharing my videos to people who have like the same birthday. That'd be weird. Oh, Ashley Sam is July 30th. Okay. Isn't July 31st like Harry Potter's birthday? I think it is. Anyway, we're playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3, not Hogwarts Legacy. How much of the situation have you relayed to the colony's troops? The consul may have been defeated, but things are on a surprisingly even keel. Actually, considering the plan's level of secrecy, I thought it had made quite a stir, but Dame Alex doesn't roll like that. It doesn't matter what kind of set to she sees, she just tells us to stick to our routines. Yes, thereby containing the panic with minimal interference. They must place a great deal of trust in her. Okay, I don't really care. Honestly, so far, I'm very uninterested in like all of the shipping stuff. Okay, so we have to use, we have to use Collectopedia card to send supplies over to Colony 4. Oh dear. Okay. So, like, what am I looking for? I'm looking for Colony... Am I looking for Colony 4 or am I looking for Colony Iota? Well, obviously I'm not looking for Colony 4. Okay, maybe... I don't know. Is it at the bottom? Please tell me. Like... Here, can I go by Oh yeah, chronological. Let's go by that. Wait, I don't have anything new, though. Oh, Colony Iota Goods. It's all the way down here. Oh, and look. It's beautiful Bolearis. Okay, so we're sending this to him.
It's looking complete.
Cool. These will keep Colony 4 stable for the time being. Okay, now what? Talk with Chell. Okay. Wow. Interesting quest. I don't know. Maybe this will get better. And honestly, this isn't even her actual Hero Ascension quests. Usually the Hero Ascension quests are pretty good, but these like side quests to lead up to them, it can be hit or miss depending on which colony we're in, TBH. Like the Colony Gamma stuff was really great, and then the Colony 9 stuff was not quite as good. Yep, everything went through, no problem. You've got authority over half of the resources in this room. How you divvy it up is absolutely up to you. We're trusting you to distribute it according to the common good. Common what now? To each colony according to its need, innit? If we scratch their back, they'll scratch ours in the future. It's like an investment that'll pay dividends to us later. Okay. Alright, enemies and allies. Okay, so that one's done, and we got 15 Colony Iota goods. And now Shell has something else to say. We may have some breathing space at the moment, but the supplies we've got laid away have their limits, of course. We won't be able to distribute them to all of the colonies. Please think carefully about how you're going to use them. So I actually have to pick which colonies I send these 15 resources to. Don't overthink it though, just share them with the colonies that you think need them the most. Well, Colony 9 needs resources, like a lot. So does Colony 4, so those would probably be the two colonies that I would think of off the top of my head, but let's see what it wants me to do here. So Disney says, my mom's birthday is July 30th. And Kayla says, wow, you're older than me by 6 days. I'm assuming he's talking to Ashley Sam. Ashley Sam says, Vinny, yes, Harry Potter's birthday is the 31st.
Nice.
Ashley Sam says, LOL, seems so, Kaylis. Granted, I feel 25 years older, if not more. Oh dear. Kayla says, well, we can be the chat elders together. Ashley Sam says, ooh, Disney, yeah, I have a birthday twin. I don't know anyone else on the 30th. Chat elders, huh? I was sick on my birthday, though. Hopefully your mom had a better day. Didn't you guys go to Disneyland for your mom's birthday? Or was that for your birthday, Disney? That might have been for yours. I don't remember. Either way, what am I supposed to do now? Do I have, like, Collectopedia cards now to, like... Oh, I do! Oh, I do! Oh my god! Okay, so there's... Okay, Colony Mew is the one with, like, Fiona and, like, Nico. I'm Nico! Like, you know, that one. And then, of course, Colony 9 is our, like, home colony. Like, Noah's colony. But they have potatoes now. But they were starving. But they have potatoes now. So, I don't know. Colony Gamma seems to be doing real fine. So, I don't think I'm gonna give any to them. Oh, but you know what? Do you get affinity with the actual colony? Because if you get affinity with the colony that you're giving the stuff to, that could sway me a little bit. That could sway me a little bit. Oh dear, how many times can I turn this quest in? Like, this one only takes 2 Colony Iota goods and it gives you 200 rep with Colony 30. That seems pretty good for that few amount of goods, like, my goodness. And also, I don't see Colony 4 as an option. Colony 4 is just not here, so maybe I can't give any more to Colony 4. Okay, how many do I have? 15? I have 15 of them? Alright, well then, I think I'm definitely gonna do the Valdi one.
That's all of them.
And I want to see if this is... Okay, so we got rep for both of them. Cooperating. Okay. I don't know what the cooperating part really means, but sure. So... Oh, see? So that one's gone now. So I can't do any more for Colony 30. Okay. So that's like, I can't just give everything to Colony 30, basically, is what I'm saying. Colony 11 is just full of a bunch of psychopaths, so I think they're fine. My god, Colony Tau wants so many goods. Okay, we're gonna do one for Lambda.
That's all of them.
We're gonna give one to Lambda. Because they also only need 2. Colony 9 doesn't need many either, so we'll give one to Colony 9. I'm pretty sure Colony Gamma is maxed out. Is Colony Gamma maxed out? I'm pretty sure it is. It is, see? Rank 5. So that's gonna also, like, I don't want to give any to Colony Gamma because they're already maxed out. So that really wouldn't help me out very much. I can't give any more to Colony Mew anymore because... Or I can't give any to Colony Mew anymore because now I don't have enough. So that basically means I have 7 left. I have 7 left. I could just give them all to Colony 11. I could give 4 of them to this colony, but then I would have 3 left over and nobody really to give... You know what? Let's do Colony 11. It cleans it up nicely. Let's just clean it up nicely. There we go. All of our resources have been given away. I think... Yeah, they've all been given away. As far as I'm aware, let me double check my items. Chronological, yeah, we're not holding on to anything now. No, like, Colony Iota resources or whatever they're called. So now, what do I do?
Looks like colony relations have changed.
I don't talk to Chell again, it looks like. So... let's try going back to Colony Iota. Maybe something new will be there for us. Hopefully. Well, there is a quest called Harvest Day, but I think that's the one that we were already on. Colony 9 equals Irish. Oh, because of the potatoes.
Don't you think it's about time for a meal?
Because of the potatoes. I do love a good
Looks like
potato.
colony relations have changed.
But I don't... Like, I do love a good potato. It's not my favorite food, but also I'm only 25% Irish. If I were 100% Irish, then I would love them more than life itself. But I'm only 25% Irish, so I only love them a little bit. Ashley Sam says, woohoo. Oh, if I'm a chat elder, does that mean I can put Vinny in timeout for doing Miko voice? Says Ashley Sam. No! No, you may not.
Right.
Cheryl says, I'll be self-proclaimed chat youngling, because, I don't know, there are other college-age people. Cheryl, like, actually, I would say the majority of the people who are in our live chat outside of Disney and Kalis and Ashley Sam, the majority of people in our live chat usually are college-aged. Like, Toxic Donut's college-aged, you're college-aged, Artemis is college-aged, a lot of people who have come and go, who were, like, active before, like, when we were doing Stardew, a lot of them were college-aged. It's kind of weird. I think the demographic that YouTube tries to shoot for when it's sharing my streams are college-aged people. Which is great, because that's kind of the demographic that I want to play games with. Like, I don't really, like, there's nothing wrong with young kids being here, but, like, I don't really want my entire fan base to be nothing but 12-year-olds. Not that there's anything wrong with 12-year-olds, but, like, then it becomes a matter of, like, what am I allowed to say and get away with and not say? And, like, you know, I don't say anything filthy dirty here, but we do have a little bit of adult humor going on, and, you know, I think college age is appropriate, but whatever. Ashley Sam says, Kalis, you're doing coding for your game, which is cool, because coding is what I'm going to school for. Did I know that, Ashley Sam? I don't know if I knew that, but that is really awesome. Okay, so I'm back in the colony. Okay, let me just actually look at this. Unlock the topic Colony Iota goods. We did that. We did the send supplies to Colony 4. We sent the supplies, and then it says after getting the supplies, go to the Collectopedia card tab, send supplies over to Ethel at Colony 4, the quest will be completed. Okay, so the quest was completed. We finished that quest. So we finished the quest. What is this quest? We finished the quest. Where's the name of this quest? On this page, why can I not find it? Enemies and Allies, I think, is what this is called. So we've done Enemies and Allies.
Fix this.
We need to use the Collectopedia cards, distribute your Colony Iota goods to the different colonies until you are no longer able to send any, and then we need to complete the standard quest, Scant Supplies. Okay, how do I get that, though? There's no link to Scant Supplies anywhere. I'm assuming there's gonna be... How do I do that? How do I get Scant... Okay, I'm just gonna look it up. This is ridiculous. Scant Supplies. Scant Supplies. Xenoblade 3. It says, give away Colony Iota goods in the quest menu. Once you've given them up, you'll see speech bubbles for new quests. Oh, they're saying, oh, we need to look for info. I think that's what this person means. By speech bubbles, they mean that there will be people with info around the colony, probably. Here's Kozali. Kozali, I don't know, probably Kozali. Colonies get destroyed once they reach gold rank? I can't believe it. I'm afraid it's true. Mortifying, isn't it? And we were already silver. One wrong move and we would have suffered the same fate. It's a spine-chilling thought, all right. So, I guess at this point in the game, we know that, and so they know that too now. That's interesting. Alright, so this is what we're looking for, I think. We're at 20% of our remaining stock. Goods in storage. Okay, so I guess what's probably going to be happening now is that they're going to be like, oh, but now we're like short. Well, I mean, literally, the quest is going to be called Scant on Supplies. So yeah, we're going to end up, like, we gave away too many of them. We were too generous, and now we don't have enough. Or, like, we're running short, or whatever, and who knows what'll happen then. Oh, look, it's Miyabi. Wait, oh, that's not Miyabi. Okay, wait, hold on. Stop talking. I didn't get to read the first chat bubble. Stop talking. I didn't get to read it. Alright. We need to hurry up with the resupply. Our allied troops are in a tough spot right now. Oh, that was it? Okay. Alright, whatever. Let's go discuss this. This should give us the quest Scant Supplies, and then I think after we do Scant Supplies, we should actually just be able to do Alexandria's quest, which is pretty good.
Let's make the most of our break, guys.
So Kayla says, "Awesome, Ashley. If I need some advice, may I bounce some off you? I'm being taught. I'm self-taught, and it's difficult." Ashley Sam says, "I wish, Kayla. Sadly, I don't know how yet. I'm going to learn to mobile app development. I have an idea, but want to do it myself, though I'd love to chat either way. I decided to go to school because I'm learning disabled and can't self-teach." Alright. Let's discuss goods in storage.
Let's lay out the facts.
Colony Iota's storehouse is going to be in trouble pretty soon. Yeah, it's because we gave all of their supplies away. Indeed, more people rely on their resources than ever, and we're burning through them rapidly. Do you think we've given out too much? I think that even without that, they need to start considering what they'll do next time a resupply doesn't arrive on schedule. You don't have to worry about it. I'm the one who asked you to do this. And it's not the first time we've been short on supplies. You can't afford to be so glib. If it's causing a strain on the colony, you should re-examine your procedures. We can help out with some short-term resupply runs. It's the least we could do after all the taking we've been doing. In that case, I'll take you up on your offer. As you know, the storage house is Shell's domain. Let's talk to her first. She's probably already got some ideas, and if you want to work together, you can be more efficient. Alright, Scant Supplies. So now I imagine we're probably going like immediately back to Chell.
That was refreshing.
Like, oh yeah, just back. Oh look, there's oh nice. I didn't even realize there was a landmark here that we could teleport to. This means I don't have to walk like in that, like, I know it's not that far away, but like, you know, anytime I can cut out like a little bit of walking, I'm all for it. I'm lazy. I definitely love fast travel points in video games. So it's going to take some time till it arrives. I thought it might. We'll just have to stretch the shortfall out through rationing, so that if you're low on supplies, we can help. If we all work together, we'll get it done in no time. All of you. They're concerned that we've grown too accustomed to throwing supplies around. This friendly young man wants to do anything he can to help. Don't misrepresent me. I just want to improve the efficiency of... Once you saw improvement was needed, you wanted to help. Yes? Well, I suppose, but then we agree. Such a kind person. I can tell you're the sort of person who takes on a lot, always shouldering the burdens of others. Please stop. This is something you've already prepared for, though, isn't it? Could you bring us up to speed on the situation? Okay, I get what's going on. As you've seen, we're sending out the best of the best from mine and Rise's squads. And if they come back, they're expected to bring in a good haul. In fact, I'm projecting we'll be up to 70% capacity. 70%, not bad. You said if they come back? So all these big plans are really just optimism, aren't they? Very perceptive. 2 of the units sent on the mission got a bit stuck. They seem to have encountered a colony of squorpoxes. Squorpoxes? You think they're migrating? Given our info on their numbers and range, I'd say you're right. A suboptimal situation. Can someone explain this migration thing? The monsters go on a big journey. If the monster population increases for whatever reason, then they go roaming in search of new feeding grounds. And if you bump into them, they'll be on you like that. They're all so starving that to them, you're just a big walking meatball. Herk. Let me guess, the units that were attacked were carrying food. Yep, the smell must have attracted them. How could you be so calm about all this? If you don't get help to them soon, no plan ever survives contact with the enemy. So I want them to get themselves out of this. This experience will be valuable for them as individuals. You're of the opinion that too much help will rob them of their capacity for personal growth? I am. Well, It would still be worthwhile to keep an eye on the situation without helping too much, wouldn't it? If you weren't even a little worried, you wouldn't have told us what was going on. Well, I don't know how to answer that. I think I understand. I know how you feel and what you want your legacy to be. Kozali's unit is stuck in Danaw Desert, and Thorbin's is in Ribby Flats. They'll be pretty laden down, so you'll know them when you see them. Okay, we'll check on them without coddling them. And we'll keep an eye, and we'll keep everyone safe, and the supplies too. You're doing me a huge favor. Okay, so we're gonna go and, like, look at them from afar, but not help them out, I guess. I don't know. Grammar Police says, have you decided what series you're doing next? I have not. In fact, it stresses me out, TBH. Because, like, part of me wants to do Xenoblade Chronicles 1 because I feel like going through the story of 1 while 3 is still fresh in our minds would help us connect 1 to this game a lot better, and I think that that would be really cool. I'm just afraid that the combat system is gonna feel like a huge step down from this one, because it will. I mean, truth be told, it will. It will feel like a true step down, and so I'm just kind of worried that, like, I'll have less fun with the actual gameplay, but maybe that doesn't matter.
Right.
I don't know. But if I don't do it, if I don't do Xenoblade next, I'm kind of leaning towards Kirby, because a lot of y'all sort of, like, said that you were interested in Kirby, and Kirby might just be, like, a lot of mindless fun. I mean, you literally walk around as a pink bubblegum ball, and you inhale enemies and become them. I mean, it's fun. It's just fun silliness, so maybe we should do that next, but I don't know. I'm still, like, honestly, it's been a topic of stress for me lately, so I'm kind of avoiding it. But we're also not in need of making that decision quite yet, because, like, we still have here. Actually, no, that's, let's do it this way. If I go into the classes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 more hero classes after tonight's stream that we still have to max out. So at minimum, we probably still have about 6 more streams left. Maybe 5 or 4 if we can get 2 of them done in one night, but we've been, on average, getting 1 Hero Ascension quest done each night. So I still have another, like, week or so to, like, really decide this, because pretty much once the Hero Ascension quests are done, there might be a couple of side quests that I still, for whatever reason, haven't done at that point, and maybe we can finish up those side quests. I don't know. Maybe we will just 100% the game in the Let's Play. I mean, I'm just having a lot of fun with Xenoblade. I don't necessarily want it to end. It will have to end eventually, but I've been stressed about thinking about what I'm doing next. Especially because my trip is coming up, and so whatever I do, if I'm gonna be in the middle of it when my trip comes, and there's gonna be like a weeks-long break where there's just gonna be no streams, and if it's a heavy story-driven game, then that might suck, because then it's like, what if we just left with a cliffhanger like the night before I left, you know, things like that. There's just a lot that goes into thinking about this stuff, and it's quite stressful, but I'm definitely thinking about it. I definitely am thinking about it. Hello, yes, excuse me, is this Thorbin's unit of Colony Iota? Verily, I declare it so, and as for Thorbin, why I am he. Wow. We heard you'd been attacked by scorpoxes, so we just came to see how you were doing. The enemy has been soundly defeated, as you can see. Alas, however, as you can also see, our very important Levnis has sustained a battering, most baleful and brutal. It's not in the best shape, but repairs should be possible, shouldn't they? Would that it were so simple. With the necessary parts, all things are possible. Alack, I find myself bereft of spares. That the heir to Rise's noble company should find himself in such a pickle. It's enough to get a chap quite down. That one that wasn't so, like, old-timey Shakespearean, but whatever. So that's how you got stranded here. We can help you get the parts you need. Would you deign to do such a thing? Deign? I think it's Dane. Would you deign to do such a thing? You have casualties here. It'll be more efficient for us to go. I shall be forever in your debt. To be frank, merely safeguarding the precious supplies sapped us of our energy. If only we had a mere 5 trip-leg joints, it would be enough to serve as our salvation. For my part, I shall endeavor to defend my compatriots and the supplies. We'll be back as soon as we can.
I see some relations.
Oh, I already have the items. Okay, let's pretend we're walking away. Oh, look at me walking away. Oh no, here I go. I'm going now. Oh, we're back. We have your items. It's been such a long time since we talked to you. Lo, with this we shall certainly be able to repair the Levness. How can I ever repay you for this noble deed? That's not necessary. Actually, we should be the ones thanking you. We're actually the ones who used up the colony's resources in the first place. Why, a trifle? Nothing to bestir yourselves over, I'm sure. We gain far, far more than we could ever lose by extending the gentle hand of aid to others. Think on it. Even this mission in itself provides invaluable training, and it teaches us to respect our limited resources and never to take them for granted. But above all these vital and priceless things, it has afforded me with the chance to become acquainted with all of you. This brings me great personal joy. I see. This is not limited to me. We, all of us, are habituated to this mode of life. This knowledge is ingrained in us. I beg of you, use our supplies in whichever way you see fit, without restraint. I thought Alexandria was employing these resource-sharing tactics to make allies. But is she also using it to train the new recruits? Just how far ahead is she planning? So he's under the... Tyon seems to think that Alexandria is kind of like orchestrating all of this, like even the shortage, which is interesting. Grammar Police says, whatever your choice is, I'll be here. I love you, Grammar Police. Grammar Police, I'm giving you a virtual hug through the internets. Please download it and unzip it and then apply it. I don't know. But thank you. I really appreciate that sentiment. I mean, there's so many games that we have as like potential next series. That there's just like, so I could do lots of things. You know, I've already named a bunch of them, but like just to reiterate, God of War 4, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, Kirby in the Forgotten Land, Subnautica Below Zero, Terraria. I really want to do Terraria at some point. I think that one would be a lot of fun. There's like a lot, and there's even more than that. The list is so big that honestly it's kind of hard to remember all of them. Oh no, why are you sliding? I specifically have a skill that, excuse me, Noah. No, I specifically have a skill that says you do not slide on sand. Also, I see there is a container here.
Decent, right?
Wait, what? No, there's not. Lies. Filthy, dirty lies. There is no container here. Unless it is in the ground somewhere, there is no... Okay, whatever. I don't care. I don't even care about it. I never cared about it. Who needs a container anyway? Not me. I'm not only 5 Nopon coins short of... Gold Nopon coins short of being able to buy another rank 10 gem for like... Not, you know, I don't have to grind out the materials. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not the one that's 5 gold Nopon coins short. You are, game. No, you. Okay, so these are the Scorpox people. They just won't quit. We could use the supplies as a distraction. No can do. That's our absolute last resort. Give me 3 minutes. Then... Ah! Why did she scream? Did she scream because of us? Huh? Are you? You just talked to us, so like you should know who we are. There are quite a lot of them. Should we buy you some time? Please do. It's hilarious to me that, like, I mean, I understand that they want them to kind of, like, learn on their own or whatever, but they're basically like, if they die, they die, right? I don't know. So anyway, yeah. I really want to show you guys, like, I really want to show you guys one of my big chain attacks. Maybe we'll try to do a 100 million damage chain attack at the end of the stream, if we have some time left over, and we probably will. Everything's working as normal. Repairs all done. Yep, thanks for the help. We're going to be a little delayed, but we'll get back to the colony. But there are still Scorpoxes. Not to worry, we're taking a different route. Our plan is to take a path that another unit's already confirmed is clear. You're so chirpy about it. Does this happen often? Well, it's the first time I've run into a monster migration, but there's always something popping up. You get used to it after a while. You've got to be especially calm in command when things aren't going according to plan. We've been looking to Chell for that all this time. And I just thought that this time, we have to fill that role. Kozali's next in line for Chell's position. It won't be too long before Chell's unit is under Kozali's command. It's all still up in the air, though. I'll prove myself enough to be worthy of a promotion. That's why we got this mission, and why we had to get supplies that attracted so much attention. There's a little bit of not wanting to be overtaken by Thorben, too. What are you talking about? It's nothing to do with him. I'm sure Chell knows how you really feel. Keep up the good work. Will do, and thanks. All right.
Is that everyone accounted for now?
So we got all that stuff done, so now we have to talk with Chell again. I don't know, I'm assuming that her actual Hero Ascension quest is going to be a little bit more interesting, but this one is just, it's okay. It's okay. I just wish there was more fun or funny moments in these quests, and so far, this colony being such a serious tactical colony, they're not as entertaining. Honestly, the colonies that don't have their shit together, that are like scrambling just to survive, and also the colonies, you know, that are maybe filled with a bunch of psychopaths, those are the entertaining colonies. This colony, like, they have most of their shit together, and like, they're very good at what they do, and so they're just kind of boring. I don't know. Everyone made it back safely. Yeah, thanks for that. Dame Alex, there you are. I don't know who this is. Gambert? Do you have a minute? I just wanted to chat about expanding the research labs. Always in a hurry, aren't you? Sorry, just gotta step out for a bit. Thanks for today, though. Everything was restocked even quicker than planned, which is a very nice change from the usual. I'm just happy we were able to help. Alright, so she gonna go off for her, like, business meeting. Nice to see you back. I heard all about your exploits from the returning units. It was just like you said, Chell. Everyone was thinking hard about how to live up to their responsibilities. I think I understand why Colony Iota is such a major player now. You finally appreciate how great Dame Alex is? Just one thing. What exactly is Alexandria hoping to accomplish? Securing allies through resource sharing and simultaneously training the newer soldiers? They're closely linked goals. Dame Alex doesn't like to repeat bad experiences. When Colony Iota was hoarding its resources, we had a big problem with internal conflicts. The rich only want to get richer. When there was no mutual aid, no cooperation, just bad faith and selfishness. Dame Alex knew that wealth and resources doesn't necessarily translate to quality of life. I see. But is that the only reason? I'm a pretty skeptical person myself, but Alexandria is strangely cold at times. Has she always been like that? Dame Alex still doesn't believe in herself. She can't bring herself to. We've only been able to watch over her, but you? But we what? Dame Alex has to change. That's all I can say for now. Please just keep watch over her. I understand. We will. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. We managed to get to 70% capacity just as planned, so you can get back to work as before. I can't thank you enough for helping out our people. All right. So does this mean I have more goods to give away? Oh dear lord. Oh god, I do. 15 more Colony Iota goods.
I see some relations.
I
have
should be
changed.
looking at this like it's a good thing, because it is kind of like free rep with whatever colony I want to give it to, but still. Thanks to everyone's hard work, we've greatly improved the situation with our stores of supplies. Keep up the good work, supporting the allied troops. My husband is home. Hello, husband. How is the show? And also, I don't know if you saw my message, but I did give Rose her pill. I'm hoping that you did not give her her pill before you left, because I felt like you left early enough that you probably didn't, and so it was safe to, but I wasn't sure. But also I was like, if I don't give it to her, I don't know, like, I didn't know what time you were going to be back.
I should write this all
And I
down.
didn't want her waiting until like 11 o'clock, you know, to get her pill, so I gave it to her. I'm hoping I didn't make a mistake. You let me know, though. But how was the show? My husband saw the musical Beehive, I believe it's called, at our local theater here, so. All right, so I think what we need to do is we need to, just like the other time, we need to go in here and we need to give these supplies away. Now, my question is are these all the colonies that we haven't given supplies to yet? Are we eventually just gonna give supplies to all of these colonies? Probably, TBH, probably. Colony Gamma's already maxed out. How many is this? Is this 10? This is 10? Is there one that... Okay, here. I think we have 15, so I think I'm gonna give half of them, basically half of them to... Oh, I can't, because this is 8 and 8. That would be 16. Oh, that's not good. I can't do that. I could do colony... Oh god, this sucks. Could I do... No, I can't really split this up in a good way, can I? Alright, I'm just gonna give them to Colony Tau.
It's looking complete.
I'm gonna give them to Colony Tau. And then we'll see... I have to give these to Colony Gamma.
We just had to persevere.
I have no other choice, I'm pretty sure, because it's not gonna allow me to learn any more information until I can't complete any more of those. So now that those are complete, actually, let's see if,
Looks like colony relations have
okay,
changed.
Chell doesn't have anything new to say. So now we're gonna go back to Colony Iota. And there's probably gonna be more information to be gathered. Alright, oh, there's just straight up a question mark over there. Is that Alexandria's quest, maybe? Ooh.
Looks like colony relations have changed.
Just ask yourself, can we really afford not to do it? Please convey this to Dame Alex.
Look, I'm telling you, there's no way she'd agree.
You seem to be having fun. Mind if I join in on the pleasantries?
Huh? Dame Alex?
We can explain everything.
Don't trouble yourself, Chickadee. I'll hear it from him directly.
I want to hold a tech summit with Colony 30.
Oh, there's her little
Continue?
cube. What
I
is
know
her
you're
cube?
reluctant, but now that we've been released from the flame clock and the wall between Kevis and Agnes has crumbled, now's the perfect time to institute a tech exchange. If it's successful, it could even lead to stronger, more lasting peace.
You had problems with Colony 30 in the past?
We fought against them before, just once. But they absolutely wiped the floor with us. Never before or since has Dame Alex misread an enemy to that degree. The bitter aftertaste from that event has lingered for years, giving us all headaches.
Who's bitter at whom now? It doesn't sound half bad. Let's have a technology summit.
Really?
Dame Alex?
Kevis's Colony 30 stands at the forefront of technology. This is not a problem in the slightest. Truly, not even a speck of one.
Now we've done it.
Chickadee, contact Colony 30. Tell them I'm coming.
Yes, understood.
Gambert, we will rendezvous there. I'll bring results home, you'll see.
We have not been to
course,
Colony
but
30 in a
I'll depart on the
really
double.
long time. I'm actually kind of excited about
Definitely got
this.
skills there, but this is Valdi we're talking about. I don't think you need to get so worked up.
Suppose I told you that Colony 30 was currently struggling with an urgent water shortage. What would you imagine?
Huh? Oh, I don't know. Burst water mains or something?
Or their spring dried up?
Incorrect. The right answer was big cleaning project at the colony.
Oh, you have got to be joking.
Regrettably, I am not. It really happened.
That does kind of sound like Valdi, though.
He used up all the water to clean.
There are
Is
also
that what
many
they're
Nopon
saying?
living there. They tend to follow their own unique rules.
Precisely. They are unique, and therefore worth studying in greater depth. Knowing your opponent and preparing accordingly, that is the foundation of any battle.
Do you still consider Colony 30 your enemy then, Alexandria?
This isn't about enemies or allies. All I'm saying is that the side that gets careless loses.
So your strategy is outright distrust then?
What are you trying to say?
Hurt others first to avoid being hurt yourself. Do you think that's logical?
It's a matter of opinion.
And you're entitled to that. Say what you will, but they've got a good colony over there. Right. If you don't mind, could we attend this technology summit of yours? We could help introduce you and Valdi, too.
Yes, I dare say with you by my side, they may be less guarded than otherwise. I suppose
True.
I may require your assistance.
So she's kind of being... She's very distrustful, and she's super tactical, so she thinks that, like, by distrusting other people and kind of, like, basically always assume that everyone is your enemy, even if they are your friends. That is no way to live, Alexandria. That is no way to
I
live.
see some
I
relations
will
have
not
changed.
fail.
All right,
I
so
will
now-
not.
Looks like colony relations have
The grudge
changed.
seems pretty deep-seated.
Okay, blah blah blah. I was mostly listening to what they were saying, and also like they were like the colony affinity has changed like 10 million times because it has been. Man, live chat has gotten pretty quiet. Also, I don't think my husband heard anything that I asked him earlier. Bill, are you there? Are you there, my love? I just wanted to make sure that you got my message about me giving Rose her pill.
Whoa. Whoa! This is all just so over the top.
Is it really that over the top?
Yes, though mainly your reaction.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome, welcome. I've been waiting.
And we haven't heard
Hey,
Valdi
pal.
talk in a
How
long
you
time.
doing?
Not too shabby, I suppose. Riku, Chief, Manana.
Manana.
Valdi! Manana missed friend!
Yeah, no need to be shy, Chief.
I envy you your energy levels, bud.
Oh, you
It
haven't
has been a while.
you haven't missed it.
I'm glad
We
to see you in
literally
high
just
spirits.
started Alexandria's quest,
Thank
Lexi.
you.
Like literally
yes,
just
I'm pretty
started
good.
it.
Who's this?
She's the commander from Colony Iota. You got the message, right?
Oh, you're Alexandria. Thanks for reaching out.
Antique
It's
Xandria?
Alexandria, actually. It would honor me greatly if you'd remember.
Antique Xandria?
A pleasure to meet
Is that what you call
I'm the
somebody
commander
named
of Colony
Alexandria
30,
who's like
Valdi.
very old?
This
Lexi?
will be my first technology
Lexi?
summit.
You want to weigh in
I'm
on
really
this?
excited about this.
I myself, not so much.
And
Hey
welcome
now.
back, by the way, friend. How are you doing?
Really? You don't like Levinuses?
I don't, especially yours.
I see. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Valdi is
Then I
so
hope that by the
sweet
end of
and
the
wholesome.
day, you'll have learned to love them just as much as I did.
You're a credit to your colony, Commander. But don't you think you should be on your guard even a little?
Why would I? We have no reason to fight.
You might be the only one who thinks that.
No,
Obviously not.
we think
If
that
I
too.
was, the others wouldn't have brought you.
Yep.
You trust them, don't you?
Just as you do. Right, Alexandria?
Yes, of course.
All right then. Let me show you around. There's lots of stuff on the
Antique
ground, so you'll have to watch your
Xandria.
step. I have nothing to hide from friends.
That's
But
funny.
feel free to look around.
I see some relations
Disney says,
have
I'm
changed.
alive, I'm just chilling. Okay.
Valdi seems
Cool.
happy, doesn't he?
Oh god, Valdi's...
I bet he
Valdi's...
doesn't get to show off like this.
Oh no,
very
we're just
often.
supposed to be following Valdi. Okay, I thought he had his hero quest available for us now, and I was like, what? I was like, how did that happen?
I love it. Everywhere I turn, there's hardworking Nopon.
Oh, they're not working. They're just doing their own thing. They snooze when they're sleepy and eat when they're hungry. Sometimes they just wander off.
Imagine sleeping
Still,
when you're
they look quite
sleeping,
busy.
sleepy, and eating
What
when
might
you're
they be
hungry.
making?
What a concept.
So just listen to this. I've been thinking about it a while. We're looking into constructing a smaller, stronger Levnis, focusing on 3 pillars: durability, serviceability, and ease of use. Actually, the whole premise of our work, like fixing things, might need rethinking. If you put too many features on one Levnis, then you need more time and parts, and it ends up costly and hard. Not to mention the handling, so to get out of the cycle.
All right, calm down now.
Huh? But I was calm.
I like this guy already. This new model's design is really very interesting.
Thank you. I'm happy you think so. Oh, hey, do you want to work with us? We've just been looking for team members for Project Bingo.
Bingo?
It's what I'm calling this new model. I was thinking about it, and when I figured it out, it was like, bingo. So we named it that.
Oh, Valdi.
Sounds great.
Valdi, you sweet
I spend
summer
lots of time
child.
thinking
He's
about
just
stuff
so
too.
wholesome
So I'd
and
love some
pure.
hands-on experience to really improve and...
Gumbert,
By which, of course, I mean... Do you have any units in a state closer to completion?
Sure I do. I just made friends with one such unit recently, in fact.
what do you mean, friends?
I'll introduce you. She's in the hangar over there.
Lexi says, I'm doing good, how about you?
How
I'm
many
doing
Levnises does he
wonderful.
have here?
Or
These are
wonderfully,
his
I don't know.
friends.
And then like Lexi also says, I love Alex's makeup. Yeah, it is very pretty, isn't it? Man, we really have not spent any time in Colony 30, or I have not spent any time in Colony 30. You can tell because there's like all this information around I haven't picked up. We're gonna have to spend some time here. I think Valdi might be the last
there
hero
she is.
quest that I actually want to do, but we'll talk about that in a bit.
What the?
Wait. Robo Buddy is a friendly.
Robo... Buddy?
It's this little one's name.
Little
Where'd you
one.
pick it up?
Oh, she was strolling about outside.
It must have been on patrol, dude. Did you have to go and drag it in?
It doesn't treat Kevesi as hostiles. Does it not even distinguish between Kevis and Agnes? But why would that be? Some error in the control circuits?
There's no errors here, and she's not broken.
You're conversant with Agnian technology?
No way. Well, I guess I dabble, but there's tons of stuff I don't understand there. That's where I started tinkering with those that I do. First, the question of how Agnian autolevs operate autonomously. I think it's mostly to do with ether signaling, but I figured if we could break it down, we might be able to transmit stuff back to them from our side as well. Anyway, I spent ages racking my brain about it, but if you look at stuff like friend or foe identification, it gets mixed up.
Wait, back up. Are you saying you can control it?
Well, it's not that precise, really. But at least we're friends now. Right?
Is this for real?
Does that mean yes?
If they actually succeeded implementing this at scale,
Yeah. It would turn the rules of engagement right on their sparking head.
Valdi, what are you having RoboBuddy do?
Just moving and disposing of materials. It's still in the test phase, so we're keeping things simple.
And which section is in charge?
That would be the bingo guys. Why?
Why don't I ask you straight? Are you planning to use it as a weapon?
No flipping way. I would never. She's not for fighting. I made friends with her to stay friends with her.
Well, if that's the case, then it would seem you've missed your mark. Your friend seems to have other plans.
Oh no! What is it doing?
Nobody! Why?
Oh dear.
No use debating it. Ready arms.
Interesting. Why, Robo-Buddy? Why? Does it have to be this way, Robo-Buddy? Honestly, Robo-Buddy, you should not have come here this day. Oh man, I was hoping... Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna use my ability. Okay. You see that? 165,000 damage, and it wasn't even launched. Like, my smash just does so much damage.
Well, that makes things clear. Somebody within Colony 30 has been secretly misappropriating materials.
Oh.
Misappropriating? What are you talking about?
Stealing.
Look at the Collectopedia card. You said the 3 pillars for your new Levnis were durability, serviceability, and ease of use. However, you'll notice that the materials Robo-Buddy was collecting were waning lapis and vinolium. A brittle rock and a highly scarce metal. What ought we to think about that?
Oh, you're right. This isn't what I asked for. But hang on, Alexandria. How did you know to check our Collectopedia cards?
I asked her to. I figured it might help. And it looks like I was right. Do you have any idea who the culprit might be?
Not at
So,
all.
does she not want them to know
Maybe
that
it's
she
all
made the
just a big
Collectopedia cards?
misunderstanding.
No, Robo-Buddy clearly turned hostile and attacked us. Which is to say, it must have been under the control of someone other than Valdi.
But what were they after?
Might it have been to make a poison?
Poison?
Yes. Both of those materials contained certain toxic compounds. Of particular note is the lack of identifiable scent or flavor. When mixed in with food, they're nearly unnoticeable.
Well, someone's well-read.
Our consul had some shady hobbies, and he liked to talk.
So, what would happen if you swallowed it?
Depending on the concentration, dizziness, numbness, diarrhea, emesis, and in more severe cases,
Death.
Enough.
It's like every medication you can ever take. It's like always the wording. They're like, may cause dizziness, upset stomach, diarrhea, and possibly death.
Is that okay?
A-okay by me. We gotta stop the baddies.
All right then. Sorry to use your friend like this.
Looks like the friendship part might have all been in my head.
Oh.
But thanks for thinking of it that way anyway.
Poor Valdi. Valdi just
Honestly,
loves machines.
such carelessness.
Maybe a little bit too much, Valdi,
Alexandria?
actually. Kind of weird.
You've been looking sad all this time. Something the matter? Anything we could help with?
I'm used to all this, and I hate it.
Alex? Did you hear me?
It's nothing. You don't have to worry.
All right, analysis is complete. You can unpack the data whenever.
Good job, Gambert. Why don't you wait here? Commander, I trust I can leave my man with you?
Huh? I thought I'd be going with you.
But there may be other machines like Robo-Buddy. You're the only one who can tell them apart. Let's tackle both threads simultaneously.
Yeah, okay. I'll stay in the colony this time then. Give Robo-Buddy's boss my regards.
So during all of that, like all of that cutscene, and no, I don't want information right now. Stop it! Oh God, it's horrible. There's too many people to talk to. We're gonna have to come back to Colony 30. During all of that, Lexi said, "I saw you had 9 pages of information to talk about." So first of all, how dare you? How dare you? Like the moment I read that, I was like, "Oh God, anxiety, 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 anxiety." And then Lexi says, I generally just do all the side quests I can as early as possible. Well, yes, Lexi, that would be wonderful, except for whatever reason, Whoever designed this game decided that we didn't need the ability to de-level our characters until after we had beaten the main story. So in order to prevent myself from being horrendously over-leveled by the time I got to the end of the game, I purposely went out of my way to do none of the side quests. So like, yeah, that's why we have 9 pages of stuff to discuss. Now, granted, a lot of them seem to be things that we're gonna have to do anyway to do a lot of these Hero Ascension quests. Like, there were like 3 different discussions for like Colony, I think it was like Colony Gamma. One of the colonies had like, oh, it was Colony 9 had like 3 different side quests to discuss alone. So like just so that I could even get to Xion's quest. So like, I imagine a lot of those are things we're gonna have to be doing anyway, but when we start getting close to the end of the Hero Ascension quests, if I start to notice that there are things like side quests that we haven't done yet, that are still in the discussions page, then I might consider just instead of maybe doing a Hero Ascension quest day, we'll do like a random side quest day. Maybe we'll do that, I don't know. Lexi says, I generally do all the side quests I can as early as possible, though I don't like doing side quests in like parts of the main story when it wouldn't make sense to stop. Cough, cough, Tantal sinking in episode 2. Don't you mean... Oh yeah, I guess it is sinking, because they're basically gonna like... They're gonna like get squished under the pressure of the cloud sea, right? I think that's the whole thing with that. But yeah, so like basically if in lore you're supposed to be in a hurry, then you're like, okay, I'm gonna do the main quest thing right now. My husband says, what ought we to think? Quite the syntax. Yeah, I mean, you know how it be in these games.
Huh?
Lexi says, wow, those symptoms sound bad. And at least she said the side effects fast, unlike other commercials. Side effects, maybe you mean, like, go away fast? I don't know. I did none of the side quests at all. I rushed through the story in a few days to avoid spoilers. Ooh, honestly, good on you. Good on you, because you know how it be. I mean, you guys know, it's always safe here. On this channel, we don't do spoilers. Like, maybe once upon a time, I would have considered putting hero classes, like the hero, you know, like today's thumbnail is Alexandria, right? Once upon a time, maybe 5 years ago, I would have considered something like that to be a spoiler, but I don't, like, especially now that we have beaten the game, I don't think showing, because like all of these hero classes, with the exception of course, Nia and Melia, like, they tie in a little bit with the main story, but mostly, like, cosmetically, like, they build the world, they add on to things that we already know that we learned from the main story, but none of it is like, you could literally do other than the hero classes that they require you to do on the main story, you could do none of the other hero classes and their quests, and, you know, you could still get through the game and pretty much get the whole story. So now we need to be looking at Robo Buddy's log. Okay. So we're talking to Valdi, obviously. Frankly, I'm not worried about Dame Alex. What I'm concerned about, though, Project Bingo, am I right? And the massive one, Doric? I mean, have you seen that? I wish I had more time. I wish I had more eyes. I wish there were more of me. Breathe, Gampert. Breathe. Wait, that was not really what... Okay, I'm supposed to be looking at logs here? Oof, it's a shame about Robo Buddy, but it did get me thinking. I have to stay on top of my analysis and make sure I can be friends with the Robo Buddies of the future. Okay, that is not a log, though. Oh, I have to interact with the ground? Why? Oh, I'm following a trail. Oh, it's one of these. Oh, it's one of these quests. Y'all know how I love these quests. Oh, and Lexi says, I mean slow, not fast. Okay. Lexi says, the spoiler culture for this game was probably the worst I've seen. You know what's weird? We got through the game and I didn't get spoiled even one time. And if you remember from my Xenoblade 2 Let's Play, like, Lexi, you probably remember this firsthand because you watched that. I got the architect's identity spoiled. Like, when we had just gotten to Moritha, and I went to watch a Xenoblade 1 video to get my, like, memory refreshened or whatever, and in the comment section of this 9-year-old Xenoblade 1 video, someone just blatantly said that Zanza was the architect, and I was like, I like wanted to cry. So this time around, I made sure that if YouTube even was suggesting Xenoblade videos to me, I was hitting those 3 buttons and I was just saying, like, don't show content from this channel. Even if, honestly, even if the channel was, like, perfectly fine and they weren't spoiling anything, I'm just like, I don't want to risk it. I don't want to be shown any Xenoblade content while I am doing Xenoblade on my own channel. And I got through the whole game, and we did not get spoiled. Nothing. Not a single thing. In fact, the worst things that got spoiled for me, were the fact that, like, our characters could turn into Ouroboros, and that the queens were in it. Like, but the masked versions. And guess who spoiled that? Nintendo, in their trailers for this game. Like, Nintendo has a really bad habit of putting, like... But then again, I sort of understand the Ouroboros part, because if the Ouroboros is like an actual gameplay mechanic, and they wanted to show off the gameplay mechanic, and if they didn't include the Ouroboros in the trailer, then they sort of, like, there would be a big chunk of their gameplay, you know, combat system missing that they wanted people to know about. So I get that. As for showing Nia and Melia's, like, robot forms in the masks, I don't think they needed to show them in the trailers. I think they did it because they realized it was gonna, like, garner a lot of hype. But, like, I don't think it was necessary. So, like, I would have preferred it if they hadn't have done that, and then I could have at least had been surprised, like, when Melia was first shown. But it is what it is. I very much enjoyed my playthrough of this game, and we didn't get spoiled, and so for that I'm grateful. For that I'm pretty grateful. And my god, this trail never ends! I don't even know why we're doing this. Honestly, like, I sort of understand kind of what's going on, but, like, I don't know. Alexandria's, like, honestly, I feel like Alexandria's quest so far is more about Valdi than it is about her. I mean, it is about her too. Obviously, she's like, she's got some deep, dark, tragic backstory where, like, she trusted somebody and then they taught her the lesson that nobody can be trusted, not even your closest friends, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure that's going to be something that's going to come out in this quest, but, like, for the most part, I feel like Valdi's been more at front and center here. But maybe now that he's, like, doing his own thing and we're kind of, like, splitting off, maybe they'll focus more on her now. I don't know. No, I don't want to fight these monsters. I've already fought them. No, thank you. Please, please, please stop it, game. Refuse to take a side. Yes. Oh, I hit no because I thought it I didn't actually read it, and I thought it probably said something along the lines of, "Are you sure?" But Lexi says, I just want to know how Nia became queen. Same! I've been asking that this whole time. I'm like, of all of the people, how? Nia. She's like the most crass person. She's not queen. I mean, my only guess would be that because she's a blade, she lives a long, long, long time, you know? But she's a blade eater. So, like, do the blade eaters technically... Do they not have, like, are they immortal, essentially? Maybe they're immortal. So maybe she just outlived everyone. But then again, when she looked at that picture, she sort of implied that she said something along the lines of, I thought of, like, I can't wait to see you again, or something like that. So it sort of implies that, like, Rex and Pyra and all of the gang are, like, all still there and all very much doing well, including Tora. But then again, we don't really know the lifespan of a Nopon either. And, like, Rex is a little bit of a different story, because he's sort of a blade eater, if you really think about it. He's, like, Pyra and Mithra's, like, other half, so as long as... Then again, they split their cores from him. I don't know, there's just... Here's what I said to everybody when we got to, like, the end of the game, Lexi, and I'll just reiterate this for you, because I think you'll probably agree with me. I feel like the big thing that's missing in Xenoblade 3 is the big cutscene where, like, there needed to be a cutscene where Zed explained everything, and he didn't. He explained nothing. In fact, The fact that Zed has not been explicitly said to be well, I still truly believe that Zed is some sort of form or version of Zanza. I still, with all of my heart, believe that, because why would they make him Zed? Why would his name be Zed? You know what I mean? It's obviously Zanza, but like, the game is trying to act like it's not Zanza, and they haven't told us jack diddly squat about anything. Like, nothing's really been explained in this game. Even after beating it, there's like so much that just really was not explained. Whereas in Xenoblade 2, it's like, you get to the architect and he's like, I shall explain everything to you. And then at the end of 1, you get to Zanza and he's like, this is the way of the world. And then he explains everything. And they're like 25-minute long cutscenes where the game characters just tell you literally every detail you would ever want to know. And I just feel like that's very, like, absent from this game. And I really want it. My hope is that maybe they're withholding a lot of this information because we're going to learn about it in the DLC. If we get through the DLC, when that comes out, we're going to do it on the channel. And if we get through that DLC, and we ain't got no, like, I'm going to explain everything to you cutscene, I'm going to be real grumpy. I'm going to be real grumpy because I feel like with the end of this game, there were so, like, why are Noah and Mio so special? You know what I mean? They said that they existed outside of like,
Alex,
even
Zanza,
or not Zanza's, but Zed's, like, predetermined existence or reality or whatever. Like, why are they so special? I have a theory. I had a theory when we were watching that final cutscene, when we were doing the final battle, and, like, Mio and Noah were, like, you know, having their little kissy kiss moment, and like, basically, I was like, what if like Noah represents Klaus and Mio represents Mayneth, or sorry, Galea. What if Noah represents Klaus and what if Mio represents Mayneth? Like, I don't know, in some weird way. Like, what if that's a thing? Because the reason I said that is because, well, first of all, they both were looking very much like kind of like how Mayneth, especially how Mayneth was, you know? And, like, Mio said something along the lines of, like, we leave the future up to you, or the future is for all of you to decide. And I'm pretty sure that Mayneth said something like that in Xenoblade 1. And I'm like, why would that line be so similar if, like, there was no... But then again, like, also Mio looks very similar to Nia. And Nia said something along the lines, like, when she saw Mio specifically, she was like, so it worked. And I think they lead you to believe that she's just talking about, like, the Ouroboros stuff and, like, the remaking of the world, but I have a feeling that there's, like, a little bit... There's just more. You know what I mean? There's just more to be explained, and it hasn't been, and I'm not okay with it. But I don't know. Like I said, maybe it will get explained eventually, and oh god, finally. I was like, my god, we're still following this trail. When does it end?
This is where the logs run out. Let's search the surroundings.
I like the irises, but they do make the characters look a little creepy when they have them on. Little creepy.
No, hold on. Past there is...
I didn't for a minute dream you'd fall for the oldest trick in the book. Dear Ouroboros, how do we ever fear you?
I don't think we've met this one.
That screech. It's the consul from
Oh, yes, we
Valdi.
have.
he's
Oh,
alive?
I didn't realize he got away.
If I died
Oops.
so easily, I'd be a human. But as fortune has it,
Why don't they call them Homs? Have you noticed that too, Lexi? They stopped
talking
using the
now.
word Homs after the first game.
I'm sorry. I couldn't care less.
Why don't they call them
How
Homs?
primitive can you get? You didn't really think you'd fooled me.
No.
Oh. Okay, but it was just a flesh wound.
I knew you for a craven, Alex. You were plainly going to secure the retreat.
Oh, so you do have two brains.
Uh-oh.
Everything's going numb.
Oh no.
A very special liveness that was. Oh, it isn't fast acting, so relax. I formulated it for the water supply, you see.
What?
You're after Colony 30.
It doesn't matter so much where. The important thing is the water. It will soon become the object of the most vicious raids!
You worm.
However, seeing as you're here, I might arrange a whole different playtime. We can create a tableau of your little act of betrayal. And see how you like it when you're the one being poisoned!
Act of betrayal?
Oh, she knows this guy, doesn't she? Was this her friend? This is gonna be the friend that betrayed her.
Mother! Stop
Watch.
spewing your idiot
Watch it
lies!
happen. Did I guess it? Did I get it right?
You haven't told your friends, then. Well, then. I guess they're no friends of yours.
Too slow.
Oh,
Master Eden in a
look at his
full
little,
breakdown
look at
already.
his little halo.
This little minx has surface of ambition drilled her to kill her old commander.
Oh.
She brewed up a poison to make him weak, then staged it like he died in battle. Even better, she made her accomplices team leaders to shut them up. And they're still chumming it up today.
E. Uh-oh. That's not good.
He's telling the truth. I regret nothing. He wasted men and resources, clung to outdated tactics. If his tyranny continued, Iota would surely have collapsed.
Oh, how grisly! How ghastly! Never knowing when one might die in one's sleep. Unable to trust your friends. I go so far as to say they lost their trust in you.
That's right. And so, I'm not asking you to trust me.
You roasted some cheap bait there. That's not like you.
Tyon!
Everyone's got some husks in their closet. And as for me, I'm choosing to trust you.
Oh, cut me! Right to the quick. In this game, to the cruel get the spoils. Let me demonstrate in quick order!
All right, Mobius Q. So this is technically the second time we fought this guy, but we fought him as Console Q all the way back in Valdi's quest, which was pretty much at the beginning of the game, which is why I could not remember him for a second. But yeah, we have actually fought this guy. Ooh, launch! Go, go, go! Oh, get smashed, BB. Oh, he's dead. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? He just got deleted. He literally got deleted from like existence. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to smash this thing, but, you know, whatever. And I do see your comment, Lexi. I want to read that and talk about it, but we'll wait till after the cutscenes.
I see a blind spot!
His mouth kind of looks stupid, though. I like his halo, but his mouth is dumb.
You have to, or you'll...
Alex, you said it yourself. You were counting on us.
This here's my friend. so back off!
We're not done here!
Wait, are we really not done here? I have to battle you again?
What is this?
Oh.
Damn swindle.
Noah just slashed him like one time.
That was too close for comfort.
You can say that again.
Oi! What the spark were you playing at? I seriously thought you'd snuff it.
Hey, I trust you. I knew you'd make it in time. Probably.
What?
On what basis?
Well, I didn't exactly have time to ponder it.
You smug little clod.
Please don't frighten me like that.
What? I mean, he didn't... All he did was jump after
But
her to
why?
save her. I mean,
How
what
can
else
you
was he
do
gonna
those
do?
things?
Let her die?
You could have died.
Yes, but that's just Noah's way.
How have you survived this long if you're always so careless?
I'm telling you, we count on one another. That's how we've learned to do it. Perhaps I'm not explaining it right. But in any case, I think there's something rather elegant at the heart of it.
So that's what you call strategy? I swear, you Ouroboros must be the most peculiar people I've met.
Too peculiar to trust?
If you were, I'd have been long gone. Thank you for trusting me.
Right back at you. Let's get back to Valdi. He's probably getting worried.
It's really weird. It's really weird that you kill Consul Q in Alexandria's quest and not Valdi's. Because that's literally the consul that, like, was, like, the big deal in Valdi's, like, first quest, but... I mean, whatever. So I do want to read what Lexi said. Lexi says, totally agree. My understanding is that Rex, Shulk, and Co. went into the cycle that all the soldiers go into, going
Right.
into the
What
pod
brought
for
around
10
here?
years, fighting for 10 years at most, then dying. Rex is probably a founder of the city. You can see an extremely similar statue to him in the founder's room. And that is true, that statue does... Well, doesn't the statue I thought that... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go look at this right now, because if I wait to do this after, then I'm gonna forget to. So let's just do it now. I want to go... Where is it? Where's the freaking city at? I know it's... There it is. Can never find it. Okay, so these statues, one of them definitely looks like Shulk. For sure, hands down. And then another one looks like Noah, TBH. And then you got other ones that have similar sort of features to some of the characters, but they're not, like, spot on. But the one that looks like Shulk, like, really looks like that is definitely Shulk. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just, like, straight up a statue of Shulk. But then you got, like, this. Like, this person doesn't technically really look like anybody we know. This person is a Gormati and has cat ears, but doesn't really look like anybody we know. This person looks like Noah, right? That looks like Noah. He's even got, like, the same, like, hip belt. But then again, I guess all the Kavesi soldiers do. This person, you could argue that this person looks like Rhine. This person's supposed to obviously look like Rhine. And then I don't know who that's supposed to look like. But none of them really look like Rex, but one of them specifically, they mention is a salvager, or was a salvager. One of them, I'm not going to read all these, because it'll just take forever, but one of these people they mentioned was, like, a salvager, and I was like, well, Rex is a salvager. So, I don't know, like, I agree with you that there's definitely more to this than the, like, the problem is that the game has only given us breadcrumbs, but it has not outright explained anything. It hasn't outright said, this is how, you know, what happened with these characters or whatever. And that's sort of my beef with it. Is like, I don't want to just sit here and theorize. I feel like Xenoblade 3 was like the perfect time to like wrap up all of these first 3 game stories into like a nice, neat package. And if anything, all they've done, and maybe they have purposely left it open so that they could make a 4th game that will play off of this game, but then like, what are they gonna do with that? Like, I feel like this should have been the end of the trilogy, and then they could have still continued Xenoblade, maybe even in the same world, maybe even still have Zanza and all that stuff involved, but with different characters or whatever. But like, I just feel like not enough has been explained. Disney says, does anyone in here watch The Bad Batch? Because Tyon reminds me of Tech. I have not, but I'm now going to look that up. Bad Batch Tech. Well, they obviously don't look similar, but I'm assuming you mean more in like, probably personality or maybe the way they talk. Lexi says, okay, so Noah looking on, Noah's son, Van Damme, is probably his name. Oh, you think he named his son Van Damme? That would make sense. That is my theory. That's a good theory, Lexi. I like that theory. Disney says, Bad Batch is Star Wars, by the way, Vinny. Oh. Okay, I would have never guessed that. Lexi says the cat girl is his sister. Mio and Noah had another daughter. They did, that is true. And maybe if that's the case, then maybe this girl is Pyra or Mithra's daughter. Because if I were to get, like, that kind of looks like somebody who could be Pyra or Mithra's daughter. But then, like, that still doesn't really, like, to me, that looks like Rhine with, like, obviously slightly different hair. So maybe Rhine had a child. So I guess, so what you're telling me though, Lexi, now obviously the two worlds collided, right? They were gonna collide anyway. But what you're saying is that the DLC where like Shulk and Fiora come through that portal and like Rex and all of them meet them and then you unlock challenge mode, you know, like the challenge mode DLC, you're telling me that that is considered by, you think anyway, because obviously, unless this game's outright said something about it, which I don't think it has, you think that that DLC is like just pretty much considered canon, and it probably is. It probably is considered canon. Maybe they even explain it in Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition's DLC, because I haven't played through that DLC either. I was saving it for the channel, which is why I haven't touched it at all. But maybe the whole, because I did read a synopsis. I read a synopsis of that DLC, so I do sort of, to my understanding, in that DLC, Melia becomes queen, like, officially, and there's, like, some enemy or some threat that's coming through portals from another dimension that's, like, threatening their world, and she has to, like, take care of it. She's got, like, Nopon sidekicks for some reason. That's about all I know. But maybe that whole, like, interdimensional portal ripping and them coming through, like, maybe that in and of itself implies that they consider the Fiora and Shulk coming through into the world of 2 to be, like, canon. I mean, they probably do. Rhodes is Rex and Pyra's daughter, in my opinion. Rhodes is Greek for rose. It is also an island in Greece. It honestly could be. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think really what we're learning here is that there's lots of good theories that we could come up with, right? Theories that honestly we could probably bet some real money on being, like, actually true. But until the game explicitly says this is how this is, it drives me nuts, you know? Because I don't want to just sit here and theorize. I want the game to actually explain things to me. Because Xenoblade, the story of Xenoblade, especially this game, is very complicated. You know, there's a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot of intricacies, and they need to explain it. So, like, I guess I'm just a little bit like, eh. I wish that more would have been done with certain aspects of the story, but then again, we don't know what the DLC is going to be about for this game. We know there is going to be a DLC, but we don't know what it's going to be. It could very well be, like, big questions that I need answered, I feel like, are exactly who are all of the founders, each and every one of them, and what is Zed? Because the way they're kind of trying in the story as it's left right now, they're like, oh, well, Zed is Origin. Origin is Zed. They are one and the same. Mobius is Origin. Origin is Mobius. But, like, pardon my French, but bullshit. Bullshit. You don't name your main antagonist Zed with a Z and then go around and, like, all of the other Mobius, if their name was Mobius M, then M was the first letter of their real name in their other life. Just how, like, N and M were Mio and Noah and everybody else, you know? Yorin was Mobius Y. So you're telling me that Mobius Z of all letters, is not gonna be Zanza? Come on now. It has to be Zanza, but the game is like, he's just the origin. That's all he is. Zed is just the origin. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure, game. I'm sure that's all there is to that. Grammar Police is back. What I missed? Oh, nothing. Me just ranting about how little information the game has given us. Lexi says Rose is also, like, associated with healing. No, that's true, too. Alright. Monica and Rosanna really handled themselves well, didn't they? Even though Garrett was supporting Brew, it ended in their defeat and regret, I dare say. Huh, so the ones against fighting were helping the ones for it? That's right. They had completely different ideas, but it worked to catch Monica off guard. Alliances really can spring up in the strangest places, you know.
I see some relations have changed.
Oh god, she's got more to say. I've been thinking lately. I bet you have, lady. Rather than us or the 6 houses, maybe you should be the ones to decide the future. But I mean, you're from the city. You're a citizen here. That's true, but we're too predisposed to focusing on the here and now. Do you mean the... Oh god, what did he call it? The eternal now? The endless now, right? That's what Zed calls it. If we keep doing that forever, then the world will come to a standstill. About that. Technically, the world sort of already is in a standstill, but who's even keeping track? Lexi says, roses are also generally red, so it would make most sense if she was Pyra's daughter. Yeah, I just, like I said, I want concrete, like, I want the game to tell me. Lexi says, yeah, I was thinking that too, but from what I remember, Z was supposed to be the manifestation of all the anxieties of the people about the world changing. See, yeah, I know, Lexi, I know that that's what the game tells you, but what I'm telling you is bullshit. That's not what it is. There has to be more to it than that, because if there was not more to it than that, then why even name him Zed? And then why go by this naming scheme where all of these Mobius have alphabet names, and the letter of the alphabet that is their Mobius name is the beginning? Like, what other character in the Xenoblade... Okay, Xeon. Sure, Xeon's name starts with Z. But how many characters really have names that start with Z? And, like, he is literally the antagonist, and the antagonist of the first game's name is Zanza. So, like, I don't know. I think that there's just more to that. There just is more to that. And the way that they explained it, the way that they sort of wrote it off, it felt very incomplete. And I'm like, if this doesn't get explained further in the DLC, I'm just gonna be very disappointed. Like, just straight up, like, I'm preparing all of you for the moment when we go to do the DLC. I may very well throw a hissy fit. I may very well throw a hissy fit. Melia said he was a concept rather than a person, but he still could be Zanza. I mean, and that's true too, and I feel like Melia should probably know, but then again, what if she doesn't? I mean, I don't know. They didn't even really explain... Like, they didn't even really explain if Melia and Nia are the exact same physical Melia and Nia's from their original world, because the way that Nia described it, she basically said that everyone got rewritten, right? Like, everyone sort of got, like, that. The plan was that Origin was gonna rewrite everybody's lives. So that when the destruction happened, everybody's DNA, everybody's emotions, personalities, everything that the world's had in them would still live on in some form. Basically, if any of you have ever played Horizon Zero Dawn, that is sort of the basis for that game. I won't go into too much detail. We have a full Let's Play of that game, by the way, on the channel. You guys should watch it. It's an amazing game, but the origin in this game seems very similar to Gaia in Horizon Zero Dawn. Z is Xeon, Z is Xeon, Z is Xeon, says Lexi. Zed wasn't Origin, he used Origin to make this frozen world. Well, but then if that's true, Grammar Police, then why is Zed and all of them, like, during that section of the game, they tell you that, like, all of the Mobius are made out of, origin metal. Like, when you destroy enemy, I mean, I don't know, maybe I misunderstood that part, but I'm pretty sure they said, now I need to go back and watch it, but I'm like, almost positive they said that the Mobius themselves were, like, born of origin. Like, they are a part of it, they are, like, and yes, they were a manifestation, basically the game describes it as, like, they were a manifestation of everyone's fears and anxieties. So when Origin went to go remake the world, all of the fears and the anxieties of the people and all of their memories within Origin that Origin was using to remake the worlds manifested as Mobius, and then the Mobius decided to freeze the world in the Endless Now or whatever and create the system that is Ionios. That's how I understood it. Maybe I understood it wrong. But I guess we should wait on the DLC. They have to give us some answers. Well, they don't have to. That's the scary part. They don't have to. I also hope they actually explain everything, says Disney. Lexi says, I have a hunch that Malos survived in some way at the end of 2 and that he is behind this. Interesting theory. It would also make sense if Malos was the spirit of Noah's sword, like Pyra and Elvis. Also very interesting. Origin was created by Torah. Well, we are led to believe that Torah is behind a lot of the tech that, yes, that they created Origin with. True. Grammar Police says, last thing, Klaus in 2 said something about seeing Galea again. The girl with 2. Why? How are you gonna do Galea like that? Why would you even need to put that in parentheses? You know I know who Galea is. Come on now. I think he is alive somewhere. Well, you think Klaus is alive somewhere? I mean, you realize that Zanza and the Architect are 2 halves of Klaus, right? Klaus got rewritten into these worlds and his entire being got split. That's why I'm saying I think Zed is just another manifestation or another part of Klaus's being. Because when he went to remake the universe and basically the Big Bang 2 happened, he split into what we think is only 2 parts, Zanza and the Architect, but who's to say that it wasn't more than that? I mean, it's not like it would be the first time the game was, I mean, we for a long time, for like 10 years, we thought that, Zanza was it. That he just remade himself into Zanza, and then in 2 they were like, psych, he actually got split into 2 parts and his good side became the Architect in a different world. Like, they could just as easily explain this as being like, this is just another fragment of, like, Klaus, maybe his insanity or something. Risky, I think, have you been here before? Your name sounds familiar, but either way, hello, is this post-game? Yes, we are in the post-game at the moment. We're doing Hero Ascension Quests, which we need to get back to. I need to get back to, we need to go turn in Alexandria's quest. I love talking about this stuff, but I will seriously sit here and talk about this for hours, and we can't have that happen. Why didn't he make Origin have a maid outfit? Good question, Lexi. Good question. Asking the real questions. Lexi says, wait, Vinny, have you played Future Connected? No, Lexi, I just said I didn't. That's the DLC for Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition. I purposely didn't play it because I wanted to play it on the channel. When we go to play Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, we're going to be playing the DLC along with it. But I do, like I said, I looked up a synopsis of it because I knew this game was coming, and I thought, okay, there might very well be something very important in that story that I should probably know. And so I looked it up, and from what I read in the synopsis, the only thing that really was interesting or of note to me were, like, the enemies that were coming through, I guess, the interdimensional portals. But apparently they don't even really get explained in the DLC. So, I don't know. Disney says, yes, we are post-game, but this is still a spoiler-free zone. True. So, like, if basically don't talk about Hero Ascension Quests until you absolutely know that we've done the Hero Ascension Quest so far. Or up to this point. What is my prediction the DLC is gonna be? Well, I can tell you what I hope it is. I hope the DLC is the origin story of Zed specifically. I want to see exactly the moment when Zed, like, came to be, and I want to know more about exactly what Zed is. I also want to know more about all of the characters from the previous 2 games and exactly how they slot into all of this. Like, you could easily look at Ajera and you could be like, well, Ajera seems to be, like, somehow related to Dunban. Whether that be Dunban had, like, a child or some family and basically she's like an ancestor of him or what. We don't know specifically, but it's like, you know, stupid sexy Dunban, female version, is Ajera, basically. But, like, I just want to know exactly where each and every character slots in from the first 2 games. I want to know every detail about how the worlds were made and all of that stuff, what happened before the game, and I want to know everything about Zed. Zed, X, Y, and Z, TBH. Lexi says, how many hours in are you in this game? I don't think this is a good metric to go off of, Lexi, because probably 40 of these hours are just me leaving the Switch on, but currently we're at, like, probably 270 hours by the end of this stream. Lexi says, no, I really doubt it will be. I hope not, at least. So when you say epilogue, you're sort of implying that you hope it's or you think it will be like an epilogue that will kind of like wrap up the story. Lexi, honestly, I know you don't hope it will be, but I think that like this game needs to wrap up the story of 1, 2, and 3. It needs to. If they make a 4th game out of this and they continue to like I'm not saying like here's what I want to see. If we have a Xenoblade 4, and as soon as I'm done with this, with saying my piece here, I'm gonna go back into this quest because we need to finish this. But what I want to see is a Xenoblade Chronicles 4 that tells us, like, I want there to be a dimension of the universe that was created from Galea's perspective. Like when Klaus hit that button and like split himself into Zanza and the Architect and I don't know, maybe Z. I want to see if the same thing happened with Galea. I want to explore a world where like you get to the end of the game and you find out that Galea is the creator of that world. I think that would be so bomb, and it would still sort of wrap in with this like trilogy's story, but it could be its own separate thing. And I think that that could be a really cool concept that I really wish that they would explore. They probably won't, but that is my wish. Oh, you think... Wait, who do you think looks more like Charla? I don't know. Either way, I'm continuing on with the quest. You guys can continue talking about this, but I'm going to continue the quest now. You guys know how I love to rant, so I have to stop myself,
hey,
otherwise I just
back,
won't.
You guys. That was shocking news you sent. Didn't think I'd hear about Q again. I'm sorry about putting you through that.
Don't worry about it. We've gotten a lot out of the bargain as well, I assure you. And I'm sure Gambert has been absorbing it all like a sponge.
Dame Alex, about that. Respectfully, there's something I'd like to discuss, if you please.
You want to stay here, don't you?
How did you know?
The Nopon are staring. Well then, Valdi. What would you say if I proposed a temporary staff exchange? Gambert, for one of your mechanics?
Dame Alex, really?
I think it would be intellectually stimulating for both our sides.
All right, sounds cool. Let me quickly talk to my buds.
Dame Alex, what's brought this on?
Pardon? Brought what on?
Never mind.
We got the okay. They say they'll move ASAP.
Very good. This should help foster better relations between our colonies.
What do you mean better? We're already fast friends.
You're right.
Valdi is so wholesome.
Gambit, come on. Gotta introduce you to everyone.
Huh? What? Now?
I feel like Valdi is
Hey,
a soft,
hang on.
emotional boy, just like me. Valdi
Well, that's
probably
one thing
cries
taken
at
care
every
of.
video game he plays, too.
Right. About that.
We won't tell anyone about what Q said.
I mean, it's not like you could get court-martialed for it at this point.
For the record, though, I can't say I approve of your methodology.
Indeed, if you try something like that again, well, we'll just have to stop you. And then we'll put our heads together to come up with a less bloody way. So no more agonizing alone, got it?
That's reassuring.
If that's how you really feel, then let us help you. That is, since we're friends now and all.
Thank you.
Sure. And thank you too.
Wow.
That was for saving me earlier? I hadn't had a chance to say it sooner.
You really didn't have to.
It would have eaten at me if I didn't.
I have to say, I thought you were more chill than that, Alexandria.
Aw, she's actually kind of a sweetheart, ain't she?
What? Are you making fun of me?
It's just a bit of friendly banter. You'll get used to it in no time.
So she's learned how to open up a little. Good for her.
Okay. So, you know, just like we expected, she's learning to trust people again or whatever, but like, you know, that was maybe not my favorite of the Hero Ascension Quests. I mean, I liked that Valdi had a little bit more involvement there because we haven't, like, it's kind of weird, but you get Valdi as the first hero class in the game, and he's got his little quest, and then they kind of never mention he exists ever again. Until you do, like, apparently this quest, and then also his own, you know, his own Hero Ascension quest. It's just kind of, it feels like, especially because at that point, like, you kind of get him, and because he's the first hero class, you sort of expect him to be, like, a part of the main story. I don't know, that was the feeling I got, and then once I learned that, like, oh, we're gonna be getting a lot of these characters, and they're not really gonna be a part of the main story at all, I was like, okay, but it just, like, there's something a little more, I don't know if the word is, like, there's, like, something nostalgic, quote-unquote, about Valdi. Like, he's sort of, it's like he's the first one that we got, you know? Sort of feels like he's part of the family. And so it was always just a little disappointing where we, like, never saw much of him again. But, I liked that part of this quest. Alexandria's portion of it, it's okay. It focused a lot on the shipment and the colony goods and everything, and TBH, I think that that's important that they told that story, because talking about, like, the colony resources and how people are surviving and everything, I think that that's, like, a very good world-building block, but in terms of the characters that were involved in her quests, like, for example, I'm sorry, but this whole colony and this whole quest does not hold a flame to Colony 11's, like, and Ajera's, like, arc. It doesn't hold a flame to Colony Gamma's and, like, Teach's arc. Like, the characters in those, like, quest chains were just a lot more fun and, like, memorable, and, like, the blonde guy that has been talking to her in this quest, I couldn't even tell you his name. No, I can't even tell you his name. That's, like, how little I care about him. So, I don't know, maybe that's just how I feel, but this also was not the worst. I don't think this was the worst one we've done. So people are kind of like, people in live chat have been sort of theorizing about what comes next, and like I said, you know, I know that what I really would love to see a focus on Galea's, like, see if Galea, you know, created a universe. That would be cool to me, but also I am very well aware of what the game director has said pertaining to, like, basically he said the Xenoblade story is not over, but that they intended this to kind of, like, neatly wrap up the story of these 3 games. So it's probably not going to happen that, I mean, unless, you know, by Klaus' arc or whatever, they don't consider Galea as necessarily directly part of his arc. You know, maybe Galea has her own arc, I don't know. but probably not. I mean, what's probably going to happen is we're probably going to get a new Xenoblade game in the future that's going to have very little to do with, like, everything that Klaus did in remaking the universe. But I don't know. I mean, my opinion, too, is that sometimes you gotta let things go. Like, you know, that's sort of why, Lexi, I sort of disagree about wanting this story to be carried on after this game, because I think that, as long as they explain more things in the DLC and they wrap things up nicely, I think that, like, this trilogy is so good that, like, if they just keep making more sequels and adding on and adding on and adding on to the story, I feel like it's only going to cheapen. Like, it's sort of like you can have too much of a good thing. You know what I mean when I say that? You can have too much of a good thing, and sometimes it's best to be like, okay, that's a good place to stop that, because, like, if we keep trying to go on, we're only going to make it worse rather than better. I don't know. But I also don't really have a strong opinion either way. I just would love to see more Xenoblade games, like, with similar gameplay, you know? It's the gameplay and the world building and the chain attacks that I love about these games, and as long as they continue doing that, I don't really care, like, what universe the story takes place in, just as long as the story is good. Alright, inescapable past, Alexandria's pain and true feelings came to light, and real bridges of trust were built between Colonies 30 and Iota. Healthier relations now seem possible. This is why we doing this today. Incursor, I really wanted to max out this class because Incursor has potential to do some really incredible damage in chain attack specifically, and I am on a quest to do, like, my highest chain attack is 113 million, and I refuse to use Soul Hacker. So I'm trying to see how good of a chain attack I can get without using Soul Hackers. I know that somebody on YouTube has done a 400 million damage chain attack, but they used 5 Soul Hackers and 1 Incursor. So I'm like, okay. The Incursor brings a lot to the table in terms of doing damage and chain attacks, so now that I have this class unlocked, I'm excited to see what goodies I'll be able to do.
Looks like colony
I am
relations
not
have
going to
changed.
talk to anybody in this colony. Normally I would go around and I'd gather all this information and I'd talk to these people, but I'm going to leave that for when we do Valdi's actual Hero Ascension stuff. Here's the deal with Valdi. I feel like since we got Valdi first, our first hero class, I kind of want to save Valdi for last. So I think that Valdi will probably be the last hero class that we ascend. And I do know that there's a lot involved in his, like, basically you have to build up that big robot that he was building by donating a bunch of items. But I have so many dang items by this point, I don't even know if that would be a problem. But, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna save him for last. Grammarplay says if they wanted to finish Klaus's arc, they did a terrible job with it. I kind of agree with you, and that's why I want to reiterate that I hope that the DLC kind of, like... Look, I just hope that the DLC confirms that Zed is Klaus, and I want them to kind of, like, go into that more. I want to know more about... Like, I just feel like I was very excited to fight Zed, and he had a really cool battle. Don't get me wrong, his battle was great. It felt epic. It was visually stunning. It was everything I wanted, except I didn't really get the big old, and now I will explain everything at the end of it. And that's what I want. I want the big old, and now I will explain everything. Like, that's what I'm waiting for. So if I get that, then I'll be happy. If I get that, then I'll be happy. Okay, so we did what we were set out to do today. Nope, don't go into the colony. Don't do it, it's a trap. Actually, let's go back to Colony Iota real quick. Let's just talk to, like, people there. And, okay, there is technically this Harvest Day. Can I turn in this Harvest Day quest, or is this a new quest? Because I feel like we started another side quest that we weren't supposed to be doing, and...
Don't you think it's about time for a meal?
No, Alexandria, no. I feel like did we ever finish that quest that we were on? We might have very well have finished it. Actually, I think we did. Is Harvest Day in my actual quest list? It is. Soldier... Go find the soldier in question. Okay, I'm gonna see what this is. I don't know. I'm gonna see what this is. Good work with everything, Chickadee. We gave the tiara to Miss... Oh yeah, so we just had to... Yeah, this is like finishing up this quest. All the awards have been given out. Thank you so much for your help. You said Sequoia's team was busy. Well, it looks like it's taken its toll on Misaka. Following Collectopedia card movements takes great patience and concentration. That's why I wanted to make something like Harvest Day to show people their hard work was appreciated. Ah, so the evaluation system was your idea? It was. And somehow I made it come to fruition with Dame Alex's backing. If all we wanted was an evaluation system, the Flame Clock and Homecoming would have done the job just fine. But you have to wait so long to see results that way. I wanted something a bit more immediate. A good way to improve soldiers' skills. It serves as a direct personal benefit and stops people losing heart. I'm not really one of nature's fighters, but if this is the only way I can support the colony, then I'll do it with pride. And now that the colony's been freed, I can do it so much more. Thank you, everyone. Okay. So that finishes up that quest. That's kind of what that's why I was like, this quest, have we started it? And I had a feeling. So we got 300 more rep. There's probably some people to talk to around here, around these parts. Grammar Police says, and hard, I had to go to easy mode. Oh, were you playing on hard and you had to switch to easy? Oh dear. I am interested in playing hard mode. I know I could switch to it at any moment. And maybe we'll do that. You know, one of the last things I actually want to do in this game, like on our last stream, I want to D-level. Actually, maybe I don't even want to D-level. Maybe I just want to be level 99. But I want to go up to... Oh god, what is the unique monster's name? Like the very, very, very first unique monster we ever fought, which I think was... It was a bunnet. I know that for sure. It was a bunnet. Psychophantic Lilith. I want to destroy... I literally just want to walk up to this on our last stream as level 99s and just like one-shot it. That's what I would like to do. I don't know why I felt like telling that, but yeah. Oh, look. Okay, there's some information up here. Let's grab this. My queen, does something smell good around here? You do know it's Dame Alex's birthday soon, right? I thought I'd cook up something scrumptious for her. Alexandria's birthday. Okay. We also have all of these extra side... Like, clearly this is going to turn into another side quest, I would imagine. We have all of these extra side quests that we could still do. Like, I think we're probably... Like, honestly, if I were to guess, I think we have, like, another good 10 episodes of Xenoblade 3 left. But we'll see. If we get to the end of the Hero Ascension Quests, and I just feel like it would be kind of drawing things out for the sake of drawing it out, then I might choose to not do all of these extra side quests on stream and maybe save them for myself, but... I also don't mind doing them on stream. It's just, I just don't want it to get boring, you know? Dame Alex is starting to soften up a bit more lately, I think. She's not as stern and intimidating. I wonder if now's a good time to put my little plan into action. Huh? What was that? Nothing, Dame Alex. I was just thinking about how happy and relaxed you're looking today. The Ouroboros must have a real positive influence on you.
I see some relations have changed.
What is her plan? What plan was she talking about? And there's another piece of information somewhere for her birthday. And I must find it because now I know it exists. Oh no, it's gonna drive, oh wait. No, that's just that. Oh dear. Grammar Police says, anyway, how was everyone's day? My day was wonderful. How was your day, Grammar Police? And also I was talking to Lexi, Vinny. We're talking about the final boss. Did you say 10? I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. We have 6 more hero classes left. So in my opinion, at minimum, we have 6 episodes left, right? If we've been doing 1 hero class a stream, then we have about 6 streams left if all we're doing are hero classes and then we're done. But if we add in side quests as well, that could be a lot. That could be like at least 4 extra streams filled with side quests. I don't know. The day Colony 30 defeated us was an utter disaster, and that's putting it lightly. Philly and I did what we could to console Dame Alex throughout the night. We never dreamed there would be a peaceful resolution, and yet here we are. Colony 30 seems to defy prediction time and time again.
I see some relations have changed.
Harvest Day voting's normally very impartial. We select deserving troops through a general survey of opinion. Except this time, I heard Sequoia was the one who pushed for me. She won't come up and tell it to you directly, but she likes showering people with praise from afar. That's just the sort of person she is. She can be a bit stern sometimes, sure, but I actually really respect her. Okay. Swapping tech with Colony 30 stirs up a strange feeling in me. It's as if the winds of change are blowing more fiercely than ever. At least, that's what Chell was saying anyhow. She sounded so happy about it too. Declaring how glad she was for her own life. That's how I want to live too. Being thankful that I'm here.
I see some relations.
Honestly, that is the way I choose to live my life. If I'm ever like really depressed, I try to force myself to think about all of the things that I love and just like how grateful I am that I get to like enjoy them, you know? Being alive in and of itself is just a great thing. I'm honestly, you know those like characters and stories that become evil villains because they try to find like the ultimate way, you know, to achieve immortality? Like, I'm pretty sure that would actually be me. I'm pretty sure, like, most people would be like, oh god, I don't want to live to be like 200 or 300. And I'm like, I want to live to be 2,000. But of course, there's a caveat to that. I don't want to live to be 2,000, but also like feel the effect of aging. I want to feel like a 25-year-old, but live forever. You know what I mean? Would it maybe drive me insane by like age, 500? Sure. Probably. But also, like, I'm already insane, so really is it that big of a, is it really that big of a leap from where we are now? Probably not. Lexi says, I think I beat Zed at like 72. What were we? I think we were like... What level is Zed? He's like 75, isn't he? I think we were maybe like 80. We were still over-leveled, but if I had done side quests, oh dear god, I would have been like level 90. Probably like level 95. Like, I just did not... I was like, no. I was like, I'm already over-leveled as it is. Like, I can't. I need to avoid these side quests. I need to. Okay, does anybody know where this other piece of information is? I can't find it. Like, do any of you know where it is? Like, the only other thing I can think of is maybe it's back at the warehouse. For some, like, weird reason. Maybe it's at the warehouse. I don't know. It was like, there were two parts to it, not just one. There were two. And I don't
Let's make the most of our break, guys.
I don't see any other information around here. Yeah, this thing. Where's the other one for this? Do any of you remember? I'm assuming some of you have done this quest. Do you guys remember where the other piece of information is? For her birthday? Okay, I'm gonna go back to the warehouse and I'm gonna see if maybe the character who's like in charge of this place has... Okay, well, she has something to say, but she doesn't have information. I'm not going to give you any excuses for the crime we committed back then. Military discipline or loyalty to friends. I could only pick one, but even now, I'd probably make the same choice again. Alright, well, at least she's honest about it. Shoot. I don't know. What is this? Finite time. Wait, is this the colony? Oh, I think uh-oh, low battery. Oh dear. Wait, what is over here? Oh no, that's not what I want either. Grammar says, you're a beast, Lexi. My level was 74. I genuinely do not remember what level we were. I would have to go back and rewatch the video. Oh, there's like a building over here. Maybe the information's over here. Oh, this is like the front gate. It is over here! Oh my god. Did you see the blade that Ouroboros was wielding? He was using these adorable little white things. What are they talking about? Yep, and they aren't just a weapon. They could carry... Oh, they're talking about Mondo, or make for a convenient back scratcher. They're talking about Tyon's Mondo. Oh, the Mondo. Okay, but I don't want the Mondo information. I want Alexandria's birthday information. Dang it. Okay, well, there's another gate over here. So all hope is not lost. Cramper Place says, sorry, I don't know. It's okay. It's okay, I'm just devastated. That's all. I'm just devastated. I will never be the same again because I can't find out more about Alexandria's birthday. Oh! Wait, that was not there just a moment ago, was it? Not much longer till Dame Alex's birthday now. Oh, how I worry about her. She's not reaching her 10th term, you worrywart. She'll stick around this year, I can tell you that much. Okay, so that's obviously gonna start a quest, but we're not gonna start the quest. It's just gonna go into our ever-growing list of things that honestly just give me anxiety. Like, seriously, that discussion, like, page, 9 pages or whatever, honestly, I thought we were getting through some of it. Is it still 9 pages? Either way, it gives me anxiety. Like, every time I come here and I discuss something and I look down at that page number, I get anxiety. Instant, oh yeah, oh my god. Instant anxiety. Because look at this. This entire page is side quests. All but one of this is so there's 9 side quests, there's 13 side quests, there's 16 side quests. Technically 16 and a half because I don't have the other one of this, apparently. We'll just say 17. 20 side quests, 22 side quests, 24 side quests, dear lord, 28 side quests. I have 28 side quests that I have not done that are currently able to apparently be done. And all of this other, like, shite that, like, here, you know what? We're gonna end off stream with, we're gonna discuss the Mondo. We're gonna discuss the Mondo. I know that other discussions have been waiting their turn for a lot longer than this one, but, like, I'm interested. Hey, Tyon, can I just say, your blade's awesome. Oh yeah, it's nifty as all spark. It's not, though, because he can't, like, Tactician sucks, I'm sorry. Actually, Tactician gives you the ether damage skill, so it doesn't suck, but, like, as an actual class, it sucks. But, like, it has a good skill. Don't ambush me with your praise, please. You're making me queasy. If you use enough of the Mondo, could you get them to carry heavy stuff for you? Since they're so tiny, can you use them to spy on enemies without them knowing? Oh, now we're dreaming big. With enough Mondo, there's nothing we can't do, I bet. Why does Senna always say stuff like that? Senna, every time you say stuff like that, it severely limits what we can do. She's like, no one can stop us now. And then, like, we instantly get stopped. Now, you're letting your minds run away with you. There are limits to how many Mondo I can control, and to the range. Oh, for real? Well, that's a shame. Yeah, a bit of an anticlimax. Aw, I'm feeling let down somehow. Ugh. That said, nothing is impossible. When I truly apply myself, the Mondo's capabilities are limitless. Nice one, Tyon. I knew you had it in you, my guy. She just called him my guy. Why is Uni such a memer? She is a memer. You're the best, Tyon, my hero. Yeah, just leave it to me. I don't know what that weird laugh was about. Is he okay? Does he have a crush on Sen? No, he doesn't. He's in love with what's her face? I can't remember her name, but she's like really short now and really young now, and he should not be like keep him away from her. You know who I'm talking about. The one from the Lost Colony. She has like the ice hands. She's like the ice queen, you know, the cold never bothered her anyway. That person. He knows they won't let him take this back, doesn't he? Yeah. Lexi says, TBH, I don't think there were any struggles for me in the game. Yeah, I mean, I had a couple of moments, like, we had a couple of moments where we died a few times, but there was nothing where I felt like, oh god, I have to level up for this, or oh god, I have to, like, change my party for this. There wasn't really anything like that, but honestly, I prefer that. I play Xenoblade mostly for the story, and then I play it for the gameplay, and the gameplay just happens to be really good. And I want there to be, like, a little bit of challenge. Like, I don't want to just blow apart enemies, at least when I'm going through the story. In the end game, that's a different ballgame. But, like, during the story, I want, you know, fights to last a couple of minutes, but I don't want them to be excruciatingly hard either. trust me, in World of Warcraft, for those that don't know, yes, I'm going to do a humble brag moment, but back in Mists of Pandaria, Siege of Orgrimmar, they used to have the raid split up into 10-man and 25-man modes, and back then, the hardest mode was called Heroic. And then they changed the name of the hardest mode of Heroic down to Normal, and they made Mythic the new hardest mode, basically. They changed Heroic into Mythic mode. Normal became the new Heroic, and then they added a new difficulty, which was called, I think it was called like Flex or something. I don't know. Either way, I was raiding at like the highest possible level in WoW, and I was playing a Mistweaver, and I was basically, as a Mistweaver monk, a way that you could heal as a Mistweaver monk is by doing damage. Basically, they had this ability called Eminence, where literally on a 1-to-1 basis, your damage would be converted to healing. So the more damage you did, the more healing you could do with it. And technically, you could never heal as much as you could if you used mist weaving abilities with fist weaving, but you could do, like, if you took your damage and you took your healing and you combined them, that number was like a lot bigger than if you had just been doing one or the other. So I always considered it better to do fist weaving, and in that raid, I had, at the end of the expansion, like, it's still there, I could literally, you know what, do I have to link it to you guys? Hold on. Let's see. I think I have the link to it on my Raider.io page. Hold on. I'm gonna look this up. If the page will load, I can probably... Oh, wait, where's my... Oh. Aha! Okay. I think I have the link. Let's hope that it still works. It should. It should work. I just feel like I need to prove this. Aha! Okay. Ha ha ha. Okay, so in live chat, I'm linking you guys a link to Warcraft logs. That #1 name that you see there for 10-player heroic mode in Siege of Orgrimmar for Mistweaver monks, that is me. That is my, like, and that's for the entire raid. So out of all of the other Mistweaver monks that were trying to do logs as Fistweavers, I beat everyone else by like quite a large margin too. Like my score is like 1,315.57, and the next guy down is 1,192.78. And if I remember correctly, the fourth one down, Bad Punchline, the monk named Bad Punchline, he is literally the guy that was writing all of the guides on all of the major WoW websites, like, for Mistweaver. So I literally beat the guy who basically wrote the book on Mistweavers. I'm very, very proud of that. So... What I'm saying, the whole reason for me bringing that entire spiel up is because, like, I was talking about difficulty in video games. That raid, and then the couple of, like, raid tiers that I continued raiding hard mode in WoW, that was, like, the pinnacle of difficulty for me. Some of those bosses, like the end boss in that raid, I think it took us, like, 300 attempts. And an attempt could take, like, 10 minutes. And then you had all the time, like, in between your attempts where you were, like, trying to re-strategize and, like, change talents or, like, tell people to, you know, do this or do that. Like, literally, it could take you, like, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to kill the final boss in, like, a hard mode raid. It was, like, the pinnacle of video game difficulty for me, and I enjoyed it, but I will tell you that there came a point in World of Warcraft Legion where I decided I wanted to stop raiding at the, like, bleeding edge. We were, like, I think our guild for Siege of Orgrimmar, we were, like, top 200 in the world. I think we were, like, 205 or something. We were, like, the 205th guild in the entire world to clear that raid on that difficulty in 10-man mode. So, like, I was part of a really good guild, and it was, like, a lot of work, and it was sort of like a part-time job going in there to, like, raid with them. It was worth it, and I don't regret it because I learned a lot, but also it, like, it made me sort of not want to play games at that high of a difficulty anymore, because I feel like when you're playing at that high of a difficulty, you sort of lose some of the, like, the magic, I guess, that comes with, like, playing a video game and not knowing everything about it. So, like, when I play Xenoblade games or, like, things like that, I try to just sort of take a sort of casual approach, but you guys obviously know that I do still min-max things, and that's why, because I come from a background of, like, playing video games at, like, a very high level. But anyway, I need to stop humble bragging. I know that that's a humble brag. I apologize. I hope you guys don't look at me like I'm a twat, because I sort of feel like a twat, but I sort of also felt like I had to explain that because, you know, we were talking about video game difficulty, and I also don't want people to be like, oh, well, you're a noob and you just don't, like, you're afraid of hard mode and you're not good enough to play it. And, like, no, I don't think that's not what's going on here. It's just, like, I haven't really had a desire to play hard mode because I feel like honestly, I feel like an old geezer when it comes to video games. I'm like, I've been around for 33 years now, and in my day, like, I sort of feel like that, so I sort of feel like I don't have anything to prove, and I sort of just want to play more casually when I play games. I don't know. Let's go ahead and save, because wouldn't it be an absolute horrible experience if somehow my power went out right now and I lost all, or, well, technically if the power goes out, I won't lose the game save because the Nintendo Switch doesn't have, like, you know how it works. But, like, if the game glitched or whatever, you know, and I didn't have the game save, that would be awful. But anyway, I think, oh, and also says, Lexi says, wow, nice, that's impressive. Grammar Police says, good job, Vinny, claps loudly. Lexi says, Xenoblade 2 Jin and Malos was the hardest boss for me. Oh yeah.
Hey, did you guys hear
Do you remember in my Let's Play of Xenoblade 2 that I lost twice to that final boss? He did like a one-shot mechanic. I don't even know what it was, TBH. And I think the only reason I even beat that fight was because, like, Morag was a dodge tank, and she, like, basically dodged the attack and then, like, rezzed everybody. Oh, man. Remember the days when everybody could res everybody else? Do you remember those days, friends? You didn't always have to be a healer. I mean, technically you don't have to be, but you have to, in this game, but you have to have the accessory. And nobody wants to waste an accessory slot as a DPS to be able to res people. Like, come on. If I was within 2 levels of a boss in Xenoblade 1, all of them were very easy besides Sansa. True. Well, and the thing about Xenoblade games is if you're lower than 3 levels from an enemy, at least like early on in the game, you tend to suffer from a lack of accuracy. And enemies tend to have a lot more evasion, like, as well. So on both sides of it, basically, if you're like 4 levels under an enemy, and you're like still in the early game, probably, like, you could do it, and I was killing, like, we were killing unique monsters that were that much higher than us, but, like, it's definitely challenging because of that, like, evasion and, like, dexterity component. Grammar Police says, all right, night everyone. You have a wonderful night, Grammar Police, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, right? Tomorrow is Saturday? Yeah, tomorrow is our last stream for the week. So just kind of like reminding everyone of that. Lexi says, yeah, he's hard when you're decently lower than the boss. And night grammar. All right, friends. Well, I literally would sit here and blab with you guys forever, but I'm going to have to stop myself. For those that are not regulars on the channel, you're new to the channel, we stream 5 nights a week here, Tuesdays through Saturdays at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. I have 2 social media platforms that you can follow me on. That's Twitter at twitter.com/VinnyAdventures and Facebook, facebook.com/VinnyAdventures. And I also have a Discord server, which I did link at the beginning of the stream, but I will go ahead and link it again for those that would like it. Our Discord server is real fun. That is the place to go if you want to chat and hang out with the community, even when we are not streaming. We post pictures of all sorts of things in there. I just posted like 1 million pictures of my garden today, so if you guys want to actually see what I do in my real life when I'm not video gaming, go and check that out. My garden is gorgeous. Seriously, it is absolutely beautiful. Like, give your eyes some like, what am I trying to say here? Like, give your eyes something good to feast on tonight, and go take a look at my garden pictures. But yeah, join us in the Discord, and we would love to have you. But anyway, friends, tonight was a lot of fun. I think the streams have been going a lot better this week than they were the previous week, and for that I'm super grateful. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. It was getting a little lonely, and now I feel like it's been a little bit livelier in here. So that's wonderful. It makes me feel like it just makes me feel good. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I will see you all tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for more Xenoblade Chronicles 3. See you then, friends.